lot to get into today. Oh my goodness. Oh, I want to start talking a little bit about Bongino leaving Fox News because that is not an accident. Now here we go. It's showtime. All right. Yes, it is. Welcome to the program, everyone. It is Friday. Can you believe it already? Friday, April 21st, 2023. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. And oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about on the radio this morning. And of course, it is Friday. That means it is open phones on Fridays. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's show. You are not limited to just the topics that Steve and myself bring up on the program on Fridays. Okay, so our number is 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. By the way, if you follow me on social media, our radio station has a super cool new television commercial, which I posted on all of my social media. So go and check that out. And it tells you how to listen to us on the radio, okay? Because we're on a whole bunch of radio stations. So go and check that out. All right. So I want to start here, though, talking about Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino is out at Fox News. He's basically been fired. And I know they're not saying that he's been fired. I know he's not saying he was fired. Fox News is not saying he was fired. Dan Bongino, but he was fired in effect. And hold on, guys. I'm having problems. It's been one of those weeks, guys. It's been one of those weeks. Dan Bongino was let go from Fox News for a very, very specific reason. And I'm going to tell you what it is. And I think most of you will agree with me that he was fired from Fox News when I'm done talking to you about it. Bongino. Okay. Bongino announced yesterday that he has left Fox. Bongino said that they couldn't come to a contract agreement, so they let him go. And that's not what is going on here. All right. Fox News, they just had this huge settlement. So, you know, when they're going through a major lawsuit like that, I mean, like a quadrillion-dollar lawsuit, I know that's not a real number, but the numbers they're dealing with are so big, they might as well be imaginary numbers. That's not a good time to negotiate for more money when your employer is going through this quadrillion-dollar lawsuit settlement. But there's something bigger in play here. We are moving. This is election season now. We are in presidential election season. In fact, we've been there for a while. The last few months, we've been in presidential election season, but it is about to hit hard right quick after Biden announces next week. And it looks like DeSantis will be announcing next month. And this is going to be very strange how this happens because I got a bunch of new stuff on Governor Ron DeSantis that we're going to get to as the program goes on. But we're in presidential election season, and it's going to heat up, and it's going to heat up quick. And when you're in the business that we are in, the presidential election season comes around every 4 years, but it lasts a long time. It used to last like 6, 7, 8 months. Now it lasts like 2 years almost, okay? In this kind of business, to news, to radio, to TV, this is the World Cup, and it goes on for almost 2 years. Really, it goes on for 2 years because even after the election, there's a big, huge thing. And then the midterms start. And the midterms are like the Super Bowl and the World Series and the Kentucky Derby combined. But the World Cup, you know, the World Cup, that every 4 years, it's big. This is World Cup time now. And Fox News got rid of Bongino because they want to look more fair and balanced, okay? I was listening to Fox News this morning, and I heard a promo that I heard now 3 times. I've heard this promo 3 times on Fox News. I wonder if any of you have heard it. They say Fox News Channel most watched by Republicans, Democrats, and independents. Since when did Fox News start promoting themselves as the place where Democrats come? This is a new thing. I first heard this promo about 2 weeks ago. I heard it once, and I didn't hear it again, and I was listening for it. And then I heard it a couple days ago, and then I heard it again this morning. Fox News, most watched by Republicans, Democrats, and independents. So what's going on at Fox News? The reason they've dropped Dan Bongino, they want to bring in people to attract liberals to watching them. Now remember, they had a prohibition on Trump. Now Trump's back a little bit. Question is, will they carry the Trump rallies during the campaign? I don't know. You know, a lot of people say, well, if they don't carry the Trump rallies, they won't carry the Democratic. Democrats don't have rallies. They really don't. They have small gatherings that they would rather not show on television because it's embarrassing with the crowds that Trump carries, that Trump's pulling in. But we're going to see very quickly a big switch at Fox News to attract these Democrats and independents that they're bragging about in their promo that love to watch them during the election cycle. That's why Bongino's out. And I like Bongino. Bongino is awesome. He tells it like it is, and I love it. I love it when he got into it with Geraldo Rivera. That was the best. No one's ever talked to Geraldo like Dan Bongino. You know, because, you know, people like me, Steve was friends with Geraldo years ago, was very good friends with Geraldo Rivera. And, you know, I grew up with Geraldo, and I'd be a little starstruck with Geraldo myself, probably, even though he's a liberal jerk. But Dan Bongino talked to Geraldo like he had never been spoken to in his life. And it was beautiful stuff. And he's going to be missed on Fox News. I don't know if he'll make his way to Newsmax. I hope he does. I hope he does. I would love to see Dan Bongino at Newsmax, wouldn't you? Now listen, we're going to take our first break, and there is a lot of things going on. I'm going to get to as much of my show prep as I can today because there's a lot of important things to bring to your attention on the program this morning, but it is open phones. Any and everything you have on your mind is fair game. I'm Brian Craig. Our number, 888-GO-CANE1, 888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show. We'll be back right after this. Hey, guys. Sorry I had to switch mics. I was on the phone with Steve this morning for like an hour before I got on the air, and I got distracted. So I apologize for the poor mic quality at the beginning of the stream. Welcome, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Hannity will start to sound like Alan Combs soon. Yeah. Alan Combs was a nice guy. I knew Alan Combs a little bit. I wouldn't say I was friends with him. I wasn't like friends with him, but I was like an acquaintance. He knew Steve, Alan Combs. And Alan Combs was a Democrat, but not like these jerks that we're dealing with these days. Hannity got him fired, I would imagine. So who do you think they're going to clean house with next over at Fox News? I got some theories, which I'll tell you when we get back. I didn't have time to give my theories, but there is one person in particular who I think they want to get rid of over at Fox. Okay, hold on. Yeah, guys, sorry about that static in the beginning of the stream. I just had set up like seconds before I went live, and I wasn't really ready. Let me see. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. A lot to get into today. Oh my goodness. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Friday. Can you believe it already? Friday. Okay, it wasn't that bad. Wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad.
and Wine Company, family owned, family operated, where Grandma Kari Ann herself is in the kitchen. Amazing pizza, sizzling Philly cheesesteaks, lobster ravioli, risottos, and
Oh,
much more. Live music, patio seating, and 2-for-1 on all beer and wine for ladies' night every Wednesday. Come visit us today at Anne Marie's Pizza and Wine Company, your local family-owned Italian restaurant. Anne Marie's Pizza and Wine Company, located on the corner of Copans Road and Federal Highway. That's
oh,
Copans Road
Jessica
and Federal
Tarloff.
Highway.
I think she's CIA.
We'll
Jessica Tarloff.
see you here.
I'll tell you why in a second.
Back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, Harrison Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
All right, welcome back, one and all. 17 minutes after the hour. Callers on hold, stand by. I was talking about the firing of Dan Bongino. I know they're not calling it a firing, but what would you call it? You know, they had this huge lawsuit settlement. So, you know, a lot of these people that are talking heads that don't even have shows over at Fox News make six figures a year. You may not realize that. Not all of them, but some of them make six figures a year and they're just talking heads. Now, and they're always on call. They might be on at 4 a.m. or 4 in the afternoon. I don't know how they always look like they are, you know, look so good at these weird hours and no notice. But, yeah, so they're cleaning the house. And Bongino's gone. Who else do you think they might drop over at Fox News? Dan Bongino is one of the biggest, most vocal supporters of the greatest president ever, Donald Trump, over on Fox. Do you think Mark Levin's in trouble? All right, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. But again, it is open phones. Open Mega Mike Friday. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, is it me?
Sounds like you.
Okay. Hey, what's up, Brian? It's Graham Cracker from Long Island. It's good to speak to you again.
Hey.
Okay, so just based on what you're talking about in terms of Fox, I was watching the election night for the 2020, November 2020 election.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Some smart people, even men, were noticing, like, dude, why is...
Well, what happened with Fox after that is they got rid of their most liberal person, Chris Wallace, right? And getting rid of Chris Wallace was as exciting as when they got rid of Brian Stelter on CNN. But the problem is they're going back to that liberal. They're going back. You know, recovered liberals are kind of like recovered alcoholics. Someone has recovered from years of alcoholism. They've been dry. They got all the tokens. And then, you know, they walk by a bar and they slip and have a couple drinks and then then they go on a bender. That's how it is with liberals. Recovered liberals, every once in a while, have a little nip and they fall. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Michael, Louisiana.
Oh, hey, Michael.
You know, these
Steve
big
Kane Show.
companies, when they fire these people, and I know this from...
Yeah, what's your name?
I'm a big wrestling
Hold on.
WWE. They fire people over there, they have these things called non-compete clauses. Now, I don't know if he has a non-compete clause in his contract, 60, 90 days, whatever it is.
Sometimes it's 2 years.
Yeah, sometimes it's two, but he still does, he can fall back on he's got his...
Well, we don't know. What do you think's going on here at Fox? Do you think they let Bongino go because they got to make up some money from the quadrillion-dollar lawsuit settlement? Or are they trying to become more? They immediately said that in place of Bongino this Saturday night is going to be Lawrence Jones, and Lawrence Jones is all right. He's not too deep in the thinking part, but I don't have anything against Lawrence Jones, but. He's not a heavy hitter. He's not Judge Jeanine. He's not Mark Levin. You know what I mean? He's weak.
He's weak, and that's the thing. And think about this: who's on that board? Who's currently on the Fox board?
Yeah, Paul Ryan.
Paul Ryan is not a Trump guy.
Mm-hmm. No, he's an enemy of Trump. Yeah, absolutely.
So if you've got a Trump guy, if Bongino's that strong of a Trump guy, then yeah.
Well, if they said, listen, Dan Bongino's not going to be on Saturday night, we're going to have Judge Jeanine cover for a while. She used to be on Saturday night, and she's very good. I'd be like, oh, okay, or even Levin. But to put on, Lawrence Jones is, I probably shouldn't use this analogy because he's African American, but he's very vanilla. He doesn't say much. But vanilla, what I mean by vanilla, I don't mean it in a racial way. I mean, he doesn't really say anything interesting or controversial, and he kind of just states the obvious.
Right.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I get. Yeah. Whereas people like Bongino will say interesting things. In fact, he's had his fights with liberals on that unfiltered show that he had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is a big deal. And look, we know what Newsmax does on Saturdays during this election season, and when all this stuff with Trump and these cases basically go away, and he starts.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Oh, I thought you were going to say Fox. The only thing that I know of that's worth watching on Saturdays on Fox would be Dan Bongino. Now that Dan Bongino's gone, they have a vacuum there, right? They don't have the salary and all that stuff. You think they'll carry the Trump rallies on Saturday night on Fox News?
No, I don't think so. Not with somebody like Paul Ryan there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's too bad. Hey, Mike, thanks for the call. The thing about I got nothing against Lawrence Jones, other than he has nothing to say. But over at Fox News, the way they treat Lawrence Jones is very strange and really kind of, it seems, I'm not saying it's racist, but it kind of sounds like it could be if you were thinking in that way. Anytime Lawrence, they have some issue coming up, right? They're talking about an issue. Oh, Lawrence Jones is stopping by. Let's find out what Lawrence Jones thinks. And then he comes in and says nothing, but says a lot of words, but I don't really know what the words mean and what his thoughts are. And it's like they're mesmerized that they have this black man, good-looking black guy who's got opinions. It's very bizarre. It's very strange. Oh, Lawrence Jones is here. He's going to weigh in. And then he doesn't say anything. It's just vanilla. It's weak. Very, very generic stuff. Well, anyway, so that's that. I think they're clearing the way out to recoup the money that they got to pay in their lawsuit. And also, I think they want to attract more Democrats since they're bragging that they're the most watched among Democrats. Now, we got a lot of things we're going to cover on the program today, quite a few, and I got a lot of audio sound bites that we're going to go through as the morning goes on. But I got to tell you, this story with Alec Baldwin is insane. Alec Baldwin killed a woman and shot another. And now they're dropping the charges? Listen, this was not a premeditated murder, okay? And very well may have been accidental. But accidental killings, people go to prison for accidental killings all the time. Someone dies, and there's something called manslaughter. People go to prison for accidentally killing people all the time. Look at Kim Potter, the cop, the lady cop, policewoman from Minnesota. Now, she's in the news. Minnesota cop Kim Potter, who killed Dante Wright when she mistook her taser and her real gun, will be released from prison after serving 16 months. Now, Dante Wright was not an innocent person like Helena Hutchinson. Isn't that who Alec Baldwin killed? And the director he shot. It was an accident, probably. But Kim Potter accidentally shot Dante Wright. And Dante Wright was a criminal. He was driving a car with expired plates. This is now that it's been a couple years, but I remember this clearly. Dante Wright was pulled over by Kim Potter. She was a training officer with a rookie cop. He had expired plates and a woman in the car. Dante Wright had a warrant out for him on a weapons charge. He was arrested and out on some kind of bail or something, but he was out of jail on a weapons charge. And a woman had filed a restraining order against him. And there was an incident with this woman and the gun. I got to look that up because I think I exactly know what happened. About him taking money from her and pointing the gun. Remember this? And Kim Potter pulled over a guy who was a criminal, had a history of gun charges, driving a car on expired plates. Oh, yeah, did I forget? He was smoking weed in the car. And he had a woman in the car with him. And Kim Potter had to determine a bunch of things here. Did he have a gun with him? Was this the woman that had the restraining order against him? And she shot him, and he tried to escape. Remember? He got back in the car and tried to escape. And she thought she had the taser. It was the real gun, and she shot him dead. She went to prison. She's getting out after 16 months. So you got a guy who's a criminal, all kinds of charges, all kinds of crimes going on, and she went to prison, stopping a fleeing felon. Alec Baldwin shot a woman dead and shot a second person. And he's free? Explain that to me. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again.
My goodness.
The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning. From the Palm Beach Patio Furniture Weather Center, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created. Here's the
I know, this is crazy.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope your day's off to a great start. We're going to see highs today again in the low 80s with partly cloudy skies and only isolated shower chances at about 20%. So looks good as we head into the weekend. It'll be a little bit warmer Saturday and Sunday. I'm WPVF 25 First Warning Meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Voted in the best of the best patios
Okay.
in Palm Beach County. PalmBeachPatioFurniture.com, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
In the Palm Beaches this morning, the major expressways are crash free, moving up the speed between Boca Raton and Jupiter. However, on 95 heading southbound between Broward Boulevard and Gayview Boulevard, a multi-vehicle crash is closing all lanes there, so your best alternate.
Oh, my goodness.
Instead,
He's as innocent as OJ, that's right.
instead as well. Also on the Silver Street, we have a multi-vehicle crash on University Drive heading north, approaching Commercial Boulevard. It's blocking one right lane.
Welcome, everyone. If you're new to the stream, make sure you subscribe. Everyone like the video. I mean, you know, Dante Wright was out on a weapons charge, driving a car, smoking weed with expired plates, and he had a woman in the car, and he tried to escape. Why did Officer Kim Potter go to prison? And she'll lose her pension, too. But Alec Baldwin, not only is he free, no charges, no trial, no nothing, they're going to finish the movie. He's been in other things since. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Are you tired of struggling to obtain the body you want? No matter how much you diet and exercise, nothing seems to work. But there is an easy solution to you.
Exactly.
This is Brian Craig, and I want to introduce you to Elegant Youth, located right next door.
I mean, my goodness, guys. I'm sorry. You know, this is awful.
Cool Sculpting Elite. Cool Sculpting Elite is non-invasive, FDA approved, and is perfect for those who can contour their body without resorting to surgery or liposuction.
Exactly.
Sculpting Elite, you can eliminate stubborn fat and tone your muscles.
Exactly.
FDA cleared for 9 areas of the body. You're just a phone call away from
You know, poor Kim Potter.
Call 561-797.
By the way, guys, you know, if you've not done it already, go and take advantage of these great specials for Mother's Day at MyPillow.com. The MyPillow 2.0, buy one, get one free with cooling technology with our promo code Kane. The MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, buy one set of sheets. You know, you get it half off right now with our promo code Kane for your mother, and they come in all mattress sizes. And the 3-inch MyPillow Mattress Topper 2.0, we just got one for our guest bed, is 40% off and free shipping with our promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. Oh, the slippers are spectacular. Yeah, there's a huge discount on the slippers, too. I can't remember that off the top of my head. My wife got me an Apple Watch for my birthday. You guys like it? And what I did was, on my Apple Watch, I got a watch face. I've got my my $10 Casio watch face. It's the same kind of the Casio calculator watch that Marty McFly wears in Back to the Future as my watch face. Yeah. This new Apple Watch is nice. I had an Apple Watch when they first came out, and this one is much better. Then she got me another watch band, too, a Star Trek watch band. I wore that one yesterday. I switched it this morning. Yeah, pretty exciting. By the way, thanks everyone for the birthday wishes. It's absolutely amazing. I get so many birthday wishes from people. It's like overwhelmingly exciting. It's so nice. Yes, Lisa. Thank you. I mean, my goodness, I'm getting birthday wishes, you guys in the chat yesterday, DMs on all my socials, text messages, Dr. Appleton called me yesterday and sang happy birthday to me on the phone. Isn't that crazy? I just blown away. No, it's different. They're different, different Anne-Maries. Well, thank you. All righty, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm Brian. It is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. This is where MAGA comes to talk. The Steve Kane Show, celebrating 46 years on the radio, on the air since 1977. That's right. And I've been with the show most of that time, which is scary. Scary, scary, scary. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Brian.
Oh,
Jeez.
Hey, Richie.
So much. You brought up so much. Listen, you're right about Bongino. #1 rated show on Fox on Saturday night.
At a time when people aren't watching television, he's pulling in around 2 million viewers.
Right. They would have given him all the money he wanted if they wanted to keep him. The fact of the matter is you're 100% on this one. He's a Trump supporter, heavy duty, and he hates liberals.
Yeah.
They're trying to attract liberals.
And they're bragging about it.
Yeah, he's leaving the radio station also.
Really?
Like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, that's what he said that yesterday.
Is he doing okay? Is he doing all right?
Yeah, he's good. He says turn Rumble. He's got part ownership or something.
That's right.
And he says.
He's got his Rumble. Oh, he's got his Rumble money. He made a lot of money on Rumble.
Yeah, he said go to his letter. It's free, and he'll tell you what's happening.
Okay.
He goes to another station because the man is he's fearless, and he's smart as a whip, and he's entertaining. Not like some of these people. Lawrence Jones is not entertaining.
Oh, he's awful.
Awful, and you're entertaining.
Oh, thank you.
50%. No, so here's the deal. Here's the deal with this Kim Potter, by the way. I'm jumping around here because I'm trying to cover. Kim Potter is probably going to write a book and be financially well set for the rest of her life.
Well, slow down. What about that? Can you do that? This Son of Samwell thing in New York. When is the last time? Wait a minute. When is the last time somebody did time in prison and wrote a book about it and made money? I don't know about that.
OJ.
No, Fred Goldman got the book. Remember?
here's the deal with that. Okay, she was convicted for one reason only, and nobody wants to say it. Benjamin Crump and the black leadership. Oh, he shot a poor unarmed black man or whatever. Whether he had a gun in the car, I don't know. She was convicted.
Well, I want to ask you guys this: if when I'm driving to work in the morning, if I got pulled over by the police down the street in a car with expired plates, I got a weapons warrant out on me, okay, for illegal possession of a gun. I'm smoking weed. I've got a woman in the car with me, and there's a woman that has a restraining order against me because I've had a gun to her head in the past. Okay, what are the and then I try to escape. Now what do you? Yeah, I try to. Yeah, so what do you think the police are going to do? They're going to say, "Oh, white privilege," and let me go, or you think they're going to fire on me?
I think they would shoot you too if there was a cop sitting with a car like that.
She made one mistake. She made one mistake. If she would not have yelled out "taser, taser, taser," she probably wouldn't have gone to prison. Maybe she would have had a better chance.
It was a justified shoot if she shot him with a 9mm and didn't announce.
Correct.
Yeah. So they got her on a technicality and because he's black.
Yeah, but Alec Baldwin killed him. And the thing about Alec Baldwin has a history of temper tantrums, big time. And we haven't seen any footage from all the cameras from the set of Rust. And I think it would be relevant to. You don't think Alec Baldwin, who by the way had a financial interest in that movie, he was a producer, so he's got money on the line. He always throws a fit. You don't think he was yelling at the director and the cinematographer about the shoot? Of course he was. And then he ended up shooting them. He probably has been screaming at them the whole time they were in production. And then he ends up shooting them both, one of them dead. I think it's relevant.
Yeah, I'm going to jump back to this damn Bongino thing because it upset me to listen to it because he's an exciting kind of guy. And you feel like you know him personally. That's how good he is. I mean, that's one that you got a good talk show host when you feel like you know him personally.
Yes.
Take it personal what they did. They're going to lose a lot of viewers. They're not watchable at all on Saturday night at all. And when they got rid of Judge Janine and they put Dan there, at least they put. Look what they were playing.
Well, they didn't get rid of Judge Janine. They put her on the 5, and since they put Judge Janine on the 5, the 5's ratings have gone through the roof. And I like Judge Janine, although she's a little subdued on the 5.
She was, and she's not as opinionated. But this definitely has to do with President Trump.
Absolutely.
They're all going to go after President Trump. That's the bottom line. I mean, and all this news that's coming out with all this other craziness. With this whistleblower, and they got Biden dead to rights, and this is going to be very interesting. I don't know how you're going to do a show for 3 hours. You could probably do 6.
Well, that's why I do too. I got my podcast too, and I'm always live streaming on YouTube on the weekends and the mornings. I don't know if you join. This is the busiest news time that I've ever lived through in the 30 plus years I've been in radio.
Well, you got a corrupt president of the United States, And Bongino, yesterday, if you re-listen to his podcast, his show yesterday, podcast, you'd be shocked to hear what he said about the New York Times and what they admitted, and he went word for word, and he can't sue me for it.
Yeah.
Problem is the left threatens suits, and the right always backs off.
Yeah.
That's what everybody want to do. This whole country's upside.
No, there's Saturday night in cable news is a dead time. No one's watching. Dan Bongino on his last show, without anyone even knowing it was his last, had 1.8 million viewers. So this was a decision they made because they got two things. They need to make up some money from the lawsuit, but they also want to clear. It seems like every time they let someone go, it's the most passionate Trump supporters. Bill O'Reilly, Dan Bongino, Eric Bolling.
The last thing I'm going to say to you is I hope you stay in your home and don't try to buy a new one after May 1st, because I'm sure you're going to suffer the penalty. This is socialism at its best.
Wait, what's the penalty after May 1st?
the mortgage rates, if you have excellent credit, Biden signed a bill with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. If you have excellent credit, you will subsidize people buying homes with bad credit.
Yeah. So what they're doing is that, you know, people that pay their bills like I do and have very good credit, you know, we have to cover the expenses for people that don't pay their bills and get so they can get subprime loans, which are subprime mortgage loans, are mortgages that they don't have the credit for, but they get them because they're black or Hispanic or something.
Well, and they want voters, and
that's right.
Bottom line is you'll pay between $50 and $100 more a mortgage payment per month, and you go over 30 years how much money that is per house, and they will get away with.
Yeah, but what about racial equity?
That's what it's all about, bro.
Racial equity.
I hope this guy from New Jersey calls up because he's a victim. You know what a victim is? The white man. I'm sorry to say it.
Yeah.
A victim.
I mean, you know, that story I told you guys the other day when during the gas shortage at the gas pump, when a black guy cut me off at the gas pump and started yelling at me, and I backed off. That is not like me. I do not. I stand my ground in parking lots with aggressive people, but I knew with the MAGA hat and this guy being black, who knows where that would have gone. And, you know, everyone's got their cell phone camera out now. And I had to do like Nancy Pelosi with the Black Caucus. I had to take a knee.
The white girl that got beat up so bad by a mob, not one person got arrested, did they?
You know, this isn't new. You know, when I've talked about this before. When I was in high school, a dean at the school who was black got arrested for having sex with a white girl who was a student at the school. And when it came public that he got arrested, the next day the blacks at the school and the Hispanics had Cracker Slap Day, where they randomly attacked white kids just because they were white, because a black adult school administrator had sex with a teenage child who was white. You know, I mean, this is not new. You know, this is America.
New York, in New York City, every day. Let me tell you this, and I'm gonna let it go. Bottom line is, it doesn't happen in white neighborhoods. And blacks that live like in my neighborhood are very nice, decent people, and they.
Yeah, but you're in a very white neighborhood. The black people in your neighborhood are probably like the lawn guys, right? All right, take care. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
When you need lab work, don't waste hours and hours waiting at the doctor's office or one of those big labs. Go to Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Their prices are guaranteed to be the lowest you'll find anywhere. No appointment, doctor's order, or prescription is needed, and you're in and out in 15 minutes or less. They offer every lab and blood work your doctor can order. They even have drug testing.
They're clearing out the Trump people. They're clearing out the Trump people.
Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. There's lots of Any Lab Test Nows around, but these are the only two advertising on our radio station. So don't use the rest. Only go to Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
Hi, it's Scott Simmons from Florida Weekly. It's legislative halftime, and we take a look at what's happened so far in Tallahassee this session and what's likely to happen next. Barrett Jackson brings millions of dollars in cars to auction at the South Florida Fairgrounds. We offer a quartet of spots for outdoor family fun, and the Norton Museum offers 2 shows devoted to modernist works. Read these and other stories in Florida Weekly, available throughout Palm Beach County, available online at floridaweekly.com.
Brian Craig here with a question for seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a healthcare advocate at the touch of a button? Would that make
Oh boy, if you're on hold, hang in there. I'm going to go to the phones when we get back. Welcome, everyone. If you look at the history of Fox, the people they've gotten rid of, right? The people they've gotten rid of, most of them have been the strongest Trump people. Bongino, Eric Bolling, Bill O'Reilly, Bill Ayers, you know. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Roger Ailes, Bill Ayers. Roger Ailes, not Bill Ayers. Bill Ayers, that's CNN.
Call Debbie at I Will Advocates right now. Toll free
Slip of the tongue. New shirt I got for my birthday. I'm like a birthday boy. I got this shirt for my birthday. Got my Apple Watch for my birthday. Yeah, I know. Slip of the tongue.
Reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently.
Well, what they're doing is, most of the country is conservative, especially those that follow the news. So, you know, they're going to split up the liberal audience a little bit more, which means the ratings go down the tubes.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is.
Oh man, have you guys done your Mother's Day shopping at MyPillow.com using the promo code Kane? There are so many great specials at MyPillow.com, and you know what? You can take advantage of all of them with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, at MyPillow.com. Give mom a gift she will remember forever. Okay, think about it. However old you are, how many gifts have you given mom for Mother's Day that she still has, that she even remembers? Exactly. You give mom a MyPillow gift, she'll have it for years to come. There's some great specials. Right now, the MyPillow 2.0 with the cooling technology, buy one, get one free. It's an amazing deal, isn't it? The MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, half off. All this with the promo code Kane and checkout, Kane. And the brand new 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper 2.0, which is an improvement on the previous mattress topper. It has the cooling technology in it. We just got one for our guest room. You know, my daughter came to town to visit, and we got her the MyPillow 3-inch mattress topper 2.0. It is amazing. I checked it out yesterday. When I got home, I laid down on it. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful. Comes in every mattress size. The 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper 2.0, 40% off and free shipping with the promo code Kane at checkout. And it came quick, too. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane. All right, now I brought up a lot today, but again, Friday is open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Any and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's show. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Jimmy. How you doing?
All right, how are you?
I'm good. Did you hear about Eric Adams complaining about the 52,000 illegal immigrants that he has to take care of? I mean, why is he begging the federal government for $650 million?
Mm-hmm.
And all he had to do was reverse the policies that de Blasio left them with.
See, it's easy to support. It is easy to support an open border when you're not along the border, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's just like it's like, for example, it's easy to say that everyone who works at McDonald's should make $15 an hour unless you own the franchise. You know, you understand what I mean? So what, you know, remember that old saying, a liberal is a conservative who hasn't been mugged or something like that, that old saying? That's what Eric Adams is going through right now. He's experiencing something for the first time in his life.
Yep, and he's talking about we need money to give them, you know, housing. These people can't get jobs. Yeah, they can't get jobs because they don't belong here.
Yeah.
So why don't you just repeal that? Because you know, he can just sign executive order, repealing de Blasio's sanctuary city laws. This will all be over.
Well, you're right. You know, I got a guy that has a lawn crew that mows my lawn, and he's an American, and the guys that work for him are Americans, and his competition are all the other lawn crews that I'm assuming they're undocumented. They don't speak English. And it's very difficult because he's got to compete against these people that don't pay taxes. And I feel so bad for him. I gave him a raise without him asking. I pay him more than what he wants. And because I feel so bad for the guy. You know what I mean? Because how can you, if you're doing everything right, how can you compete against the companies where they have all undocumented labor off the books?
Yep, just like the delivery apps. Like these guys are going, you know, people are literally Americans are literally letting illegal immigrants use the account to do all these delivery aspects, and the thing about it is nobody's checking it. And, you know, actually, that's actual fraud.
Mm.
Who should be arrested for, because those people are evading their tax responsibility.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the people that do the deliveries, don't let them in your house, guys. Okay? You know, we don't go grocery shopping. We have the Instacart, you know. We have kind of that, which is cheaper because you don't buy anything extra, just what's on the. And we just have them always put every DoorDash. We have them put everything on the doorstep, on the front porch. We never open up the door to them.
Yeah, take a picture and let them send it to you.
Yeah, don't let them in your house to scope it out. I've heard terrible stories of people getting robbed later. Hey, listen, thanks for the call, man.
All right.
Okay, take care. You know, I've been talking about the gas shortages here in Ron DeSantis's gas shortage, Florida this week. I don't know what the situation is right now, but I was telling you guys I've had to wait in line for gas. A couple days ago, I went to the gas station next door to the radio station. They were out of gas. And I haven't heard anyone talking about this until Marco Rubio. Little Marco, Senator Rubio, he's really matured a lot. He's very good, Marco Rubio, isn't he? Since 2016, absolutely. And he made a video about the gas shortage in Florida. This is Marco Rubio yesterday.
What's happening right now in Miami and in Fort Lauderdale with gasoline is crazy. You can't find gasoline anywhere. This has been going on since Sunday, and they're blaming it on the floods that impacted the port. And I know that was a factor, but it's been 4 days. This should have been figured out by now. And they're blaming it on consumer panic. Yeah, people are panicked because they got to get to work. They got places to go. And you either can't find gas or you have to wait in line for like 2 hours down the street where you're probably going to run out of gas while you're waiting. So yeah, people are panicked. And of course they're filling up, saying don't fill up. Of course you're going to fill up because you don't know the next time you're going to have to make a 2-hour line. And they keep saying it's going to get better, but it's not. They got to get this thing fixed. This is crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. So has anyone heard Governor DeSantis speak out on the gas issue? You know, I read a story here, very disturbing, about Governor DeSantis, who's really abandoning us here in Florida. You know, the way I described the other day, and I think this is a good analogy, you know, Ron DeSantis got what he wanted from us, re-election to that second term. And it's kind of like a guy, you know, a young guy who's romancing the girl, and then she finally puts out, and then he ghosts her and doesn't talk to her anymore when he gets what he wants. That's kind of how I feel about DeSantis. Listen to this. This is in Breitbart. Ron DeSantis to travel overseas as he nears a 2024 decision. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis will travel to 4 countries overseas as part of an international trade mission as he prepares to make a decision on whether to enter the 2024 Republican presidential primary. Ron DeSantis will travel to Israel, Japan, South Korea, and the United Kingdom. The Florida governor will meet with business and government leaders such as the Prime Minister of Japan, the Prime Minister of South Korea, the British Foreign Secretary, and I don't know who he's meeting with in Israel. I mean, come on. With what's going on here in the state of Florida right now, is this what we re-elected him to do, was go on a world tour with his family? Is he taking his family, by the way? Is this rainbow tour that he's going on? Are you kidding me? He's totally forgotten about us here in Florida. Now, I'm sure when he's over in South Korea, he'll talk about Disney some more, you know, for some reason. But I'm really getting fed up with, you know, I've never felt so betrayed by someone that I supported as Ron DeSantis. And I don't think I'm alone in that. Think about this. When is the last time you've heard someone call Florida Ron DeSantis' free Florida? You know, I remember when President Trump finished his first term, I was really upset I was upset about a lot, but one of the things I was looking forward to that never happened. There were 2 things. One, I was expecting the signs on the side of the road when you enter the state of Florida to have something added. You are now entering the Sunshine State of Florida, home to the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. And that never happened. They never changed those signs. Then there was also talk of naming US 27 after President Trump. The Turnpike is already, the Florida Turnpike is named after Ronald Reagan. And US 27, I think, goes through most of the state, right? And I don't drive on 27 too much, but it's a big old road, and there was talk of naming it after Donald Trump, and that didn't happen. Now we know why. Ron DeSantis hates Donald Trump. That's why I didn't put him on the signs entering Florida, and that's why there's not a major road named after President Trump. It's all, I've just never felt so betrayed. I don't think, now again, obviously we were betrayed by Bush and Cheney with their lies of weapons of mass destruction, but we didn't, most of us didn't know, maybe some of you did, most of us didn't know that until after they were out of office. Okay? So, being betrayed while they're in office, can you think of a time, conservatives now, I don't mean that, obviously there's been Republicans that you've been disappointed in and let down by. They didn't push things as hard as you would like. I'm sure that's happened. I don't mean that. What I mean is, can you think of a Republican that you voted for, campaigned for, spoke in favor of, advocated for, and then they completely betrayed you? Like, I think most MAGA Floridians feel about Governor DeSantis. You know, who's now going on a rainbow tour to South Korea, Japan. You know, it's like a Right Said Fred song he's doing here. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh boy, I went on. Good morning, you're on the air.
This is Carlos.
Hey, Carlos.
Good morning, Mr. Craig. Did you read about Kari Lake win with the Supreme Court in her state?
No, she's not. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Yeah, but the Supreme Court told the lower courts to review all the evidence of cheating.
No, you got to call back. Call back after the break with the window up and a better connection, because I really can't understand you. I'm sorry about that, Carlos. You're a good caller, but the wind is too... You're driving down the highway. You're on the Turnpike or 95. I'm sorry. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian, Mr. Wellington.
Hey, Vince. What's up?
Yeah, I was just going to comment on the one Republican that I voted for besides Ron DeSantis that stabbed us all in the back, and that's Judas Pence.
Well, we didn't really vote for Pence. We voted for Donald Trump.
Until about the second.
Well, not me. You'll never hear me criticize nor disagree with President Trump, ever. It will never happen. However, I did say throughout the entire presidency, there's just something about Mike Pence. You know, what always rubbed me wrong about Mike Pence was he seemed too polished. And I said, when someone's that polished, especially when they put themselves up on a Christian pedestal like they do, you don't know what they're really like. And I don't trust guys whose true personality I can't figure out.
Right, yeah, I agree. And I mean, DeSantis is kind of the same way. You could tell he's from a military background, but I mean, the things that he's doing for us Floridians, even though he's on his way out, if he does...
His way out, he just got reelected, man. We got over 3.5 years left.
Right, but he shouldn't even be allowed to run. This whole law in place...
Well, listen, I'm up. I got a break, but we'll be right back.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Rove studio. Injured recently? Call the Rove's Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Rove's, winning for you and our community. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the Palm Beach Patio Furniture Weather Center, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created, here's the Oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope your day's off to a great start. We're going to see highs today again in the low 80s with partly cloudy skies and only isolated shower chances at about 20%. So looks good as we head into the weekend. It'll be a little bit warmer Saturday and Sunday. I'm WPVF 25 First Warning Meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Voted in the best of the best patio store in Palm Beach County. Palm Beach Patio Furniture.
Oh my goodness. The picture with my feet, with my shoes, is at the top of the president's Truth Social again. How exciting. Okay. So that is my right shoe. Okay, it's this shoe. This shoe, right? This exact shoe. Okay. Is on. He just retweeted this picture. See, there's my Vans. There's my shoes right there in the picture, and with Trump, this shoe right there, that side is right there. Isn't that awesome? Wow. My shoes are at the very top of President Trump's Truth Social again. How exciting.
Traffic, a service of Palm Beach Kennel Club. KC has the best derby party south of Churchill Downs.
Yes.
Kentucky Derby Fest is coming
President Trump has seen this shoe.
party with jumbo screen, live music from Sip and Fire.
Man, I'm about to wear these shoes forever.
Contest, barbecue food tent,
How exciting.
juleps, fun activities.
Oh my goodness.
Oldies will be there with great handicapping tips and
Thank you, Mr. President.
Vatican Terrace will also feature Derby
Wow,
buffet.
that's exciting.
Info, go to pbkennelclub.com.
I think Eric Trump took that picture. Because when I was there, I saw Eric Trump driving by with the picture, that, you know. Well, I mean, my goodness, that's exciting. Yes, the very shoes I'm wearing now. I'm going to keep these. I wish I was wearing my white Vans that day. They really stand out. Yeah, and my legs. These aren't the jeans I was wearing, because the jeans in the picture were baggy jeans. And I wasn't wearing a belt, so they're hanging low. How exciting. What do you mean I'm overreacting? If President Trump posted a picture of your feet, you wouldn't be excited? Are you kidding me? Wow. How exciting. Yeah, it's right there at the top. He retweeted this picture. It's got my shoes in it. Of course, my face and everything's covered up by the flag, the MAGA flag, but that's okay. How exciting. That's right. It's a signal.
It's Brian Craig here. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera. You get a doorbell camera.
He retweeted it. No, he posted that picture a couple weeks ago himself, and now he just retweeted it from somebody else. Yeah, they are Trump trees. That's right.
You can see your home right from the palm of your hands. That's not all.
Yeah, I've got some Trump leaves at home.
Customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're getting.
Do you really think I could handle myself if the president called in?
3 armed doors and a backup.
I would die.
If you're one of the first 40 True Oldies channel listeners to dial 1-833-283.
No, I'm not joking. Those are my shoes. I'm not joking.
For this limited time offer at 1-833-283-5050. That's 1-833-283.
Oh, my pillow Vans would be awesome. MAGA Vans. I've been wearing Vans since like '87. I've got like 4 or 5 pairs of Vans. These Vans, this style of Vans usually lasts me about 6 months if I get the dark ones. If I get the white ones, they don't last as long because they get. But even like my dress shoes are Vans. They are. They're very comfortable. Ugh. That's right. I did, Heather. Thank you.
On the air since 1976. 27. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. Hour number 2 has begun. I'm Brian Craig. Steve joining us. Got a big announcement to make. Hey, Steve. Oh, got a big announcement to make. During the break, I went to President Trump's Truth Social. And, last week, Eric Trump sent a DM and said hello. He was listening, Eric Trump. President Trump just retruthed the photograph again that shows my shoes, my feet, and my legs out down the street from Mar-a-Lago in front of the Publix when he drove by the day he had to fly to turn himself in to that George Soros prosecutor. So yeah, so if you go to President Trump's Truth Social, you can see my shoes, my Vans. My face and body are obscured by a MAGA flag, but I get excited. I get excited. All right, well, the phones are ringing, Steve. What do you want to do?
Let's take some calls.
Okay. All right. Now, Friday, of course, is open phone. No, that's really me, my shoes. I'm not kidding. And on Friday, we call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Any and everything you have on your mind is fair game. You're not limited to the topics that Steve or myself bring up, although I think I brought up some really good things in the first hour. And you can comment on those. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, gentlemen. Conservative Doug.
Oh, hey, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
I meant, good morning. First, then Disney decides to wreck their brand, and then Bud Light decides to wreck their brand, and now Fox is trying to get rid of everybody from that's a Trump supporter.
Yes.
And
I would say, clearing out Bongino, I would say Mark Levin is probably on the list.
Yeah. What about Hannity?
Nah, no, Hannity's fine. Listen, they had this quadrillion-dollar settlement, so they got to make, some of these people don't realize, these people that have weekend shows and are pundits at Fox News, a lot of them make a lot of money, 6-7 figures, some of them.
Sure.
All right, Doug, take care. Thanks for the call. All right, that pause gave me the opportunity I was waiting for. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hold on a second. Okay. The tens of thousands of people out there you hold on to. Imagine. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay. Are we done holding? This should be good.
Your second
This
self.
is Carlos.
Yes, Carlos. Good morning, Carlos. It's open phones, man.
About Kari Lake winning the Supreme Court, telling the lower court to review because they refused to review her.
Listen, that's not. They're not going to reverse anything. She's gonna. And Kari Lake is talking about running for the Senate. You got to move on, Carlos. Okay. Hey, listen, you're a good caller, but the sound quality today is just not good with you, Carlos. So just call next week. Oh my goodness. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Brian. It's Lisa, and hey, I'm just, your shoes. I love that picture.
Yeah, me too. It's the best picture taken of me in years. Eric Trump. I think Eric Trump took that picture of me.
Car.
Yeah.
They were going by.
Yeah.
I saw them, filming and taking pictures. And I think you should do what they used to do back in the 50s. When the shoes, you can't wear them anymore, bronze those babies and put them on a plaque,
Yeah.
And because that's pretty cool. But, when you were talking about Alec Baldwin.
Yes.
An actor I used to love and respect, but just like Ron DeSantis, like gone now, like respect.
Mm.
And him getting off of this is just another prime example of rules for thee, but not for me, for the.
Well, okay. Let's talk about Alec Baldwin versus Kim Potter. Now, you were a supporter. When you say you were a supporter, you liked his. What movies did you like of Alec Baldwin's?
Oh, I liked what was it? The Hunt for Red October.
Uh-huh.
He was in that. I liked Working Girl. He was, young there.
He was in Working Girl?
I'll tell you, the best Alec Baldwin film is You May Laugh.
Oh, boy.
You can do if you want to. Glenn Ross.
Yep, very good. Yep.
Oh, Okay, I got to catch that one.
Okay, no. Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Lisa. Okay, I don't know. You weren't a supporter of Alec Baldwin. You thought he was hot.
I like that.
You thought he was hot.
He was.
Okay, there you go. So this prosecutor, what was this? Was it New Mexico or Arizona where he killed the woman? New Mexico. The prosecutor is a woman, right? So, and she's obviously, a little liberal. Do you think maybe the woman that just let him get away with killing a woman and shooting another, like you at one time, was, got that little funny feeling when Alec Baldwin, she had the hots for him.
She could have.
Yeah. So, this thing with Kim Potter, the cop, she's getting out of prison after 16 months. Dante Wright, okay, that was an accidental shooting. She went to prison. Alec Baldwin gets movie deals.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's why, it's the Dems, the liberals get off of anything serious.
Well, I think Alec Baldwin got off of this in part because he's famous, but mostly because the lady prosecutor, like you, thinks he, at least at one time, was hot.
And that could be, that very well could be, but life is not fair. You're right, Steve.
And Kim Potter shot a wanted felon who was wanted on a gun charge, tried to escape the police, driving a car, smoking weed that had illegal plates on it, had a restraining order against him by a woman who he held a gun to her head, and and all this stuff. Kim Potter goes to prison because Kim Potter's not hot.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, all right. Take care. Yeah, I know. It's a crazy world. It's a crazy world, Steve. But that's okay.
Didn't you kind of anticipate that? I did.
No. I thought it was so high profile.
I didn't think...
I wasn't expecting a conviction, but I was expecting a trial. Remember John Landis during that Twilight Zone accident when... Vic Morrow got his head cut off and those two kids were killed? They had a trial and they had to go to court. I was expecting an acquittal, but I was expecting a trial leading to an acquittal. Yeah, that's exactly. Well, he killed a woman and shot another. And there's no way that he wasn't hot-headed on the set with the director and the cinematographer, because he always is a hothead. All right, we're going to take our first break of the second hour. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. Our number, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. Back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Dr. Appleton, how'd you do it?
I treat with laser. Treatment is simple and no side effects. I have robotic lasers that have a wonderful effect on joint pain. These are all FDA approved.
And you don't just help with knees. Tell the listeners what other areas you can help them with.
Any joint I can do: shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, from the foot all the way up to the neck.
Dr. Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and with the laser away pain system, there's no injections, no surgery, and no drugs. He's open 6 days a week, and same-day appointments are available. Call right now for your free consultation. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Make sure to tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio.
You're a Florida homeowner, and you know that real estate is selling for the highest prices ever. With so many listing their house, you want your house to stand out above the rest and to get top dollar. That's where licensed real estate agent Elena Castro comes in. She's with Ballesteri Real Estate that's been in business since 1964. Working with homeowners, buyers, landlords, and tenants for over 18 years, Elena Castro knows Florida real estate and has a proven record of smooth transactions, as well as top negotiation talents. When you list your property with Elena Castro,
Pro, she knows the right listing price to get you multiple offers so you accept the offer you want. And if you're looking to buy, she can help you with that too. Give Elena Castro a call right now. 954-478-5015. 954-478-5015. And get your house listed and sold for the price you want. 954-478-5015. 954-478-5015. Experience awe-inspiring landscapes and traverse the great Canadian Rocky Mountains on the Rocky Mountaineer Train with bi-level glass dome coaches. August 15th through the 20th. The only passenger rail service that runs on the historic rail route connecting Canada from east to west. Are you ready to embark on this unforgettable journey? Head to briantrain.com and request a brochure. Book your spot now and make memories that will last a lifetime. That's briantrain.com and request your brochure.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. My number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, hear us in Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane's here. Call is on hold. Stand by. You know, I was listening to the commercial for Friendly Tire in Margate with Friendly Mike there during the break. You know, I recorded that commercial in the parking lot in front of his shop because he's so busy he couldn't get up here to the radio station to record a commercial. So I just brought a microphone and a digital recorder and said, we'll just do it out here. But if you're, Steve, if you're ever feeling depressed, right, if you ever have a bad day, just go hang out at Friendly Tire for a few minutes. You'll run into a listener. And, you know what my favorite listeners to run into are the ones that hate us, but they're getting new tires at Friendly Tire in Margate. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I was up there, Steve, and there was this guy staring at me, and I knew he was a listener because he was staring at me so much, but I didn't want to go up and say anything to him because maybe he's not, and it would look like an idiot. And Friendly Mike said, "Oh, that guy hates you. He hates you." I said, what's he doing? Is he getting tired? He said, he's getting 4 tires. He says he hates, he's like, oh yeah, he doesn't want to talk to you. And I said, is he buying new or used tires? He says he's buying new tires. I said, wait a minute, he hates me, and he said, oh, he hates Steve too. Okay, so I said, I said he hates us both, and he's over here buying 4 new tires. Well, the prices, that's how good the tire prices are at Friendly Tire in Margate. Even people that hate us like the plague take our advice and go there and get their tires. But I want to tell people that Friendly Tire is also open on Saturdays, okay? And we have listeners that drive 2 hours each way because the prices are so good. And you can give them a call. Friendly Mike will give you a quote right over the phone. And remember, the price he gives you is out the door and on the road. And what I mean by that is he doesn't charge you to balance the tire, mount the tires, or even dispose of your old tires, okay? 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. And you don't have to like us to get good deals on tires, okay? All right, let's go. You're on the air. It's a true story, guys. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chris from MAGA, Martin County.
Hey.
Hey, Chris, what's up?
Hey, I was just, yesterday I called about Congressman Jordan's big victory over DA Bragg's case against him. And he sued him.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, me and Brian discussed that he would discuss it later in the show. But unfortunately, he never got around to it. And not only that aspect of the case.
What are you doing? You telling on me? You writing me out to Steve? Is that what you're doing? Because you keep saying he.
Of course not. No offense whatsoever.
Okay.
I thought you were going to discuss it, and also the witness that will now have to testify in the trust.
Well, no. The reason we're not talking about it is when there's a development, we will. Okay, and the developments will be this: The witness will talk about how corrupt Bragg is, and then we'll talk about that. And Bragg's going to try not to appear, and when he refuses to appear, we'll talk about that. But there needs to be more of a development for us to have a discussion. I did briefly talk about it yesterday, but there's not much to say about it right now, other than what you've said.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm not trying to be like Richie or anybody like that.
Wait a minute. What does that mean? Wait. That sounds more interesting. What does that mean? You don't want to be like Richie. What is Richie like?
I mean, I'm not trying to take over your radio show.
Oh, you think Richie tries to take over the show? Okay. All right. I want to know what Richie like is.
But I think this is a slap in the face. These new developments in the Trump case are a slap in the face to Tom and Jay from Jersey and so forth.
Listen, here's the deal. Here's Greg too. Greg too hasn't called in a while. Yeah. Now that you mention it.
A legal lawsuit or something.
Well, here's the thing with liberals like Bragg and the callers you mentioned. They think all white people should be indicted. Just for being white. You know that, right? I mean, that's how liberals think these days. All white people are born criminals.
Well, this latest news that we talked about should put a dagger into Renee's heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know.
All right. Hey, listen, we're gonna move on, but thanks for the call. I'm gonna be in Magna Martin County tomorrow. Yeah, I love Magna Martin County. Yeah. All right.
We are the official show of record.
Yes.
For the All Matters Trump.
That's correct.
What's cooking this weekend for the boss?
What do you mean? Not that I know of. Not. Maybe I'll loiter in front. Maybe I'll loiter in front of Mar-a-Lago again and make a YouTube video or something. But other than that, I don't know of anything.
We don't want to give the tunnel.
Absolutely. You know, there is a big story today, though, involving Biden. Listen to this. Mike Morell, who was briefly the acting CIA director, he came out and said that he had 50 spies sign a letter saying that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation, and he did this to help Joe Biden win the election, he says. And remember when they had that letter that was signed? You know, these top intelligence officials say it's Russian disinformation. And now we have a CIA director, Mike Morell, who says that, yeah, he got them all to do it just to help Joe. And that's not even hardly in the news, right? I mean, you know, it's like buried because they don't even want it out there. He told this to, the only reason he revealed this is because he was under oath testifying to Congress. You know, so he didn't want to lie to Congress because, you know, they've been putting people in prison for that lately if they've worked for Trump, and he didn't want to go to prison. But yeah, you know, the level of what Trump is up against, will never fully fathom or understand it. No mortal man could go through what he's doing. It's like, you know, when President Trump said in a rally speech a few weeks back, he said he was talking to a friend of his who said, "You must be the most innocent man who's ever lived, because of all these investigations they've done against him, and they found nothing. Even when they're trying to craft a crime, you know, they get." Remember when they were saying during the Russia investigation and all that, you would see these lawyers on TV that say, "Show me the man and I'll show you the crime." Well, we've had about 6 years of that with Trump, and they've not even been able to make up a crime. You know, and mortal men could not withstand that. It's really amazing. It absolutely is. And you know, this admission in the news by the former acting CIA director that letter that said that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation was completely fake. And there's an article in the Daily Mail that's pretty sizable, but the rest of the media are not even reporting it. And I'm watching the White House press corps, even the Fox News people in the White House press corps, all they're trying to do is find out if Hunter Biden paid his own way to Ireland with Pops. I mean, who cares? Maybe he did, who did? I don't, you know, I don't know. I mean, do presidents' children pay to fly on Air Force One? I know sometimes they make people buy a first-class airline ticket to cover the cost, but so that they're trying to make a scandal out of that for 4 or 5 days in these White House briefings. Did Hunter pay for the? Who cares? Look at what just came out about the laptop, and they don't want to share that with anyone. All right, our number is toll free 1-888-GO-CANE-1 888-465-2631 888-465-2631. We're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour, and there's some other stories that I've not touched on yet that we're going to get into. I'm going to bring up to you, Steve, and maybe you have some things too. But Fridays is open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Any and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's show. All right, you're not limited to the subject matter that we bring up. All right, and don't forget, there's all kinds of ways to listen to us here on the program. You can listen to us on your devices at home. Hey Alexa, play True Oldies FLA. Hey Google, play True Oldies FLA. All right, there you go. You can listen to us on those devices as well. All right, guys, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour and be back after this.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning. From the Palm Beach Patio Furniture Weather Center, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created, here's the oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope your day's off to a great start. We're going to see highs today again in the low 80s with partly cloudy skies and only isolated shower chances at about 20%. So it looks good as we head into the weekend. It'll be a little bit warmer Saturday and Sunday. WPVF 25. First warning, meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Voted in the best of the best patio store in Palm Beach County. PalmBeachPatioFurniture.com, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
We're seeing delays on the Turnpike heading southbound at both Raton and Ritzing on 95 in Stanley. We're also seeing delays on 95 heading southbound passing on 90th Avenue. A little bit slow now on 95 heading northbound from Deerfield Beach and Boca. Still pretty clear. The major expressways are crash free, but we do have an incident in West Palm Beach on Forest Hill Boulevard at Howard Road. 95 heading southbound at Broward Boulevard. 3 left lanes are still blocked there. Stopping the traffic is moving back to commercial. This is sponsored by Fresh from Florida. Shoppers, this is your local sweet corn farmer letting you know that Florida sweet corn is in season. Ask for your Fresh from Florida. Look for Sunny Fresh from Florida logo. Learn more and follow freshfromflorida.com and happy eating from the Florida Department of Agriculture. That's Draft. I'm Chris Baller.
Traffic is service of Palm Beach Kennel Club. PBKC has the best derby party south of Churchill Downs. Kentucky Derby Fest is coming up May 6th. Check out the on-track party with jumbo screen, live music from Sip and Fire and the Connected, derby hat contest, barbecue.
This country needs immigrants to survive.
Okay.
Understand the concerns about any type of clinical.
Also featured derby buffets. For info, go to pbkennelclub.com.
Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel. This is Brian Craig, and I'm going to tell you about my anti-aging doctor, Dr. Rich Matez at the Bio Station West Hill Ray, and hormone replacement pellet therapy. Hormone replacement pellet therapy is all natural. What it does is restore your hormones to where they were when you were in your 20s. Your periodizers will have more energy, you'll get your sex drive back, and then pellet therapy completely stops and reverses all the signs and symptoms of menopause. Loose roots gone. I've met listeners before and after hormone replacement pellet therapy with Dr. Matez, and when I first meet them, they're like Joe Biden, and no one wants to be like him. And then I meet them again after they began hormone replacement pellet therapy, and they have their energy back, just like Trump. They're standing up tall, and they feel years younger. Now, it's always a free consultation with Dr. Matez when you tell him you heard about him on the radio. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893.
Hi, this is Maureen Cohen from Nutrition World Palm Beach Gardens. We're so excited to be celebrating 50 years here in South Florida. The Cohen family started their first health food store in 1972, and ever since have been one of the largest locally owned, family-run health food stores in the area. We carry thousands of supplements like vitamins, minerals, herbs, homeopathic, diet and fitness, and so much more. All your favorite top quality brands. We also have tons of natural foods like gluten-free, paleo, and organic.
or check out our website at nutritionworld.com. Come see us 7 days a week at Nutrition World, Palm Beach Gardens.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is like, uh-oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you ever think you might not be sick? You might have an allergy. Find out and have your allergies tested.
Welcome, everyone. If you're new, make sure that you subscribe. What would make your day, my tab? I missed the comment before. Trump, Trump, Trump. That's right. Yeah, I'll recap that.
They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Oh my goodness. No, I'm just dehydrated. When I don't have enough water, my throat is dry. It's not a habit, unfortunately. I'm dehydrated.
Back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian. Steve's here. You know, I was telling you, Steve, they fired Dan Bongino at Fox. And I've been thinking during the show, I'm trying to think of someone high profile that Fox News let go that was not a big Trump supporter. The last time, I know when the last time I can remember it happening was, and that was different, Alan Combs, but that was like 10 or 15 years ago. You know, Alan Combs, but that was like a decade ago from the Hannity and Combs days. I cannot think of the last time they let someone go that was high profile that was not a big Trump person. And I think that's why they let Bongino go. And they're putting Lawrence Jones in there this week. There's been a purge over there, and I told you I've heard a promo 3 times on Fox News, Steve. They say most watched by Republicans, Democrats, and Independents. It's a new promo. I heard it today. I heard it earlier this week, and I heard it a couple weeks ago. And I've never heard Fox News bragging about how many Democrats listen to them before. It's very strange. Very, very strange. Yeah, I know. It's disappointing. So there was a happening in town. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Over there that has really the most to say when you stop anything.
Really?
I watch him every Sunday night, yeah.
His show's too
And he walks the line a lot. I mean, he says things that I'd be nervous to talk about.
I think his show on TV, not the radio show, but his TV show is yeah, I think his TV show is a little academic for my taste.
Well, okay.
Maybe that's just maybe it's above my head. I don't know. You never know. So there was a Democrat lunatic in the Florida legislature yesterday just got unhinged. Did you hear this, lady? Oh, wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. They're passing a bill in Tallahassee. You know, Ron DeSantis is not all bad. He does a couple of good things. You know, all this stuff he's doing. They got this crazy idea, the Republicans in Tallahassee, that children should not have sex change operations. Children should not have parts of their body cut off just because they've been told by some liberal on TikTok that they were born in the wrong body. You know what I mean? You know, I know it's crazy. And this Democrat lady, she she thinks that if children are no longer allowed to have sex change operations, they may take matters into their own hands. And this was on the floor of the Florida legislature yesterday. Listen to what her prediction is. What children will do if we don't let them have sex change operations. Listen to this. This is only a Democrat would think this way.
Understand the concerns about any type of clinical or surgical procedure, and surgery is very, very rare for those under the age of 18. When it does happen, these are children who are going to cut off their own breasts if we don't help them. They are wrapping bands around their chest so tight that they can't breathe. And so please try to put yourself into the shoes of those impacted. Ignore the moral panic that has been manufactured many times by right-wing media and integrated into political campaigns.
Okay, so children are going to cut off their own breast. Now this is just my opinion. I'll throw it out there. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll go to the phones in a moment. I think this transgender thing is just a fad. I don't think it's like all of a sudden, like a third of young people are transgender. Not in these numbers. No, there's always been like transvestites and people getting sex change operations and drag queens. But now about a third of young people are telling us they're born in the wrong body. It just doesn't make it's a fad. Like parachute pants, and I don't know, what was a fad when you were a kid, Steve? They're in the icebox generation.
You used to call it an icebox.
Yeah, I know. My grandpa used to call it the icebox. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Alex.
You sure? You sure, Alex?
Sorry?
You said, Alex. Are you sure your name is Alex?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. What's on your mind, Alex?
Yeah, so I'm 18, so this is going to be the first election that I'm able to vote for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little concerned about, I'm concerned that DeSantis and Trump are going to kind of try and, not try, I think they're going to split the vote a little, and I don't really,
Well, who do you want to vote for?
President Trump, sir.
Okay, well, listen, you're very lucky. Your first vote will be a good one. I wish my first vote was that good. That's good. So what's your problem then? You're worried about DeSantis splitting the vote?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm...
Alex from Fort Lauderdale, Steve.
Alex, I have a son, Alex. By the way, what was it going to...
Well, since he's 18, I was going to ask you. You got it?
Man, you mentioned...
I got a good question.
You said, sir. Are you in the sir?
No, I'm not.
He's 18. He's talking to his elders with respect.
I got you.
Now you're 18, so you're Generation Z. I can ask you this question. You may have an answer. What are your preferred pronouns?
I'm not even going to dignify that with the...
Really?
Anytime, like...
Get out of town. In a serious way, I'm joking, of course, but when is the last time someone asked you in a serious way your preferred pronouns?
So my father and I, we did some college tours over summer, and I swear to God, every single time I went for a tour, I got asked my pronouns.
Oh my goodness!
Everyone was saying they, them, and all that.
Really?
Keep up.
What colleges in Florida asked you your preferred pronouns?
Well, I think this one depends on who your tour guide is, but when I visited UF, and my they them tour guide asked me.
Wow.
Especially because we moved to the Northeast too, and I mean, good God, those schools.
So the University of Florida in Gainesville, the guide asked you your preferred pronouns?
Actually, frankly, I don't think it was the guide. I think it was another person touring.
Uh-huh.
They were introducing themselves, and they said, well, my pronouns are they, them. And then they kind of like...
My pronouns.
Wanted everyone to ask their pronoun. Obviously, I didn't.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough... listen, you're in a tough world right now. At 18 years old... How do you even approach girls to go out on dates? I mean, how do you even know it's a girl these days? How do young people date?
Well, I'm certainly not asking them for their pronouns.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough, You can't ever be too careful these days.
I know. That girl May not be a girl. Or she may identify as...
How deep their voice is, or if they have, too much hair on their legs or something.
Or, well, you know what a thing you got to look for is an Adam's apple.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, don't go out with a girl with an Adam's apple. You'll have a surprise.
Yeah,
Well, here's the thing, though, okay? Here's the thing about DeSantis and Trump. You want to tell everyone you know, do not vote for Ron DeSantis. And I hope they're wise enough to know that, because Ron DeSantis is not MAGA. He's not with us. Ron DeSantis is against President Trump. He's a liar. He's a fraud. He's betrayed the people of Florida, and he cannot be trusted. He's a liar.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he just seems like, I just don't know how he's going to, like, President Trump, I never had any doubt that his intentions with the American people were, that was his prime intention. I think DeSantis, he's like a career politician, doing whatever he can to rise the rank.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. And a career politician is known as a bum. That's not someone who works for a living. And the thing about Governor DeSantis, don't worry about him splitting the vote in Florida. I think the Republicans in Florida are wise to Governor DeSantis. I really do. I think enough people know about the betrayal and understand it. He couldn't win. Even if Trump were not on the ticket, and he will be, DeSantis could not win Florida against anyone.
Yeah. No, I think, here in Fort Lauderdale, I mean, I guess Broward is probably the most blue county we have down here, but where I live, especially, near the water, I mean, the support for Trump is at an all-time high. I see people rallying on street corners, waving their Trump flag. It's just great.
Where do you go to high school?
I go to Cardinal Gibbons High School.
Oh, okay. All right, a little different there. All right, well, I appreciate it. Take care. All right, thanks for the call. Welcome to the show. All right. Generation Z MAGA right there on the line. Oh, my goodness. The liberalism has skipped a generation. The millennials, which are like AOC and Mayor Pete, they're liberal lunatics, but the ones after millennials are Generation Z, which is my daughter's generation. They're conservative more so. And it's because of Trump. The millennials are, the millennials are lost. I mean, they're just, but the Generation Z, more and more young people that are under the age of 25 are conservative than ever before. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Oh, yeah. All right, listen, we're going to take the last break of the hour. If you're on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. Back after this.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on.
All right, and it's time to check in with Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys doing?
All right.
Well, elder law, which is one of the areas of practice we do, estate planning, elder law, and probate and trust administration. But elder law is really asset protection for people in their retirement years. We work, most people work their entire lives, get up every morning for 40 plus years going to work, whether it's your own business or working for someone else. And you earn your money, you save your money, you invest it, you do everything, you do all the right things, and then you get to an age where you're retired, and then whether it's you or maybe your spouse who may need care at some point, either at home or in a facility, care like needing help with walking or feeding yourself or bathing or toileting or dressing, any of those kinds of things. All of those things cost money, and those things can wipe you out. And one of the biggest fears people have in life is running out of money, whether it's at a younger age or especially in your older years when you don't have the ability to make it back. So what we do with the elder law is we help people protect their assets so they don't have to spend down those assets on the high cost of care. And the thing is, when you don't look into it and you may have the foregone conclusion that you are not eligible, that's the biggest mistake you can make. And that's what we help people do at the Siegel Law Group is we will review your situation,
see what may need to be done either now or in the future to make sure that you can qualify to get the government benefits to pay for this care, spend out your assets, and potentially go broke.
Absolutely. And, it's always a free consultation with the Siegel Law Group. If you mention you heard Attorney Barry Siegel on the radio, you can find them online at siegellawgroup.com, siegellawgroup.com, or call toll-free 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, have a great weekend. We'll talk next week.
Thank you. You too.
All right, back after this.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, we are back. Did you see this story of the guy in Connecticut that stopped an armed robbery at his own house because of the doorbell camera, Steve? Oh my goodness! Yeah, I mean this is ripped right out of the headlines, and I saw this story. I meant to share this with you yesterday. The guy has a doorbell camera, and this is on the Fox News website. The doorbell camera captured the terrifying moment an armed robber posing as a delivery man attempted to rob a Connecticut homeowner. The homeowner reacted in lightning speed, quickly defending himself by shoving the would-be thief. Officers said that just before 10 a.m., 37-year-old Xavier Otero came up to a home dressed as a delivery man, wearing a fluorescent orange safety vest and holding a manila envelope in his hand. In the background of the doorbell camera, you can see a silver Dodge Ram pickup truck that was waiting out front as the getaway car. You can see him ringing the doorbell because of the doorbell camera and telling the homeowner that the package belonged to him. Otero then pulled out a black handgun and began stepping into the home because the guy opened up the door. He didn't make it far before the homeowner pushed the man back out into the porch. Otero quickly recovered, sprinted to the waiting pickup truck where his accomplice was waiting. The pair peeled off and quickly left the neighborhood. And the doorbell camera not only identified the suspect in the car, but led to them being identified, and now justice is being done. And that's, of course, what I'm talking about is this incredible offer from Slomin's where you can get your free home security system and free doorbell camera with professional installation. And I know you guys have seen this story I just shared on television because the doorbell camera has such a great visual, the TVs put it all over because it's because you got that high definition video on the doorbell camera. Now you can get a doorbell camera, but you've got to be one of the first 40 listeners to call 833-283-5050 to get your free doorbell camera that connects directly to your cell phone with the installation of your Slomin Shield. You'll be able to see your front door, the front of your house, right from the palm of your hand, no matter where you are, including inside the house, which is how I use it. I don't open the door up for anyone. You can even talk to the people at the door through the camera. So that's not all you're going to get, though. Not just the free doorbell camera. You're going to get a customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. You get an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 armed doors, and a backup battery. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 listeners to call this morning, 833-283-5050, you're going to get a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Slomin Shield. So this story tells you, get that doorbell camera. You can get it for free. 833-283-5050. Oh, my goodness, Steve. This is just crazy.
Who's to report?
Yeah.
Next week is, of course, the once-a-year event, the Kentucky Derby. Like the entire Triple Crown, we are going to have winners for you. So tune in next week.
Have you won? You've won some picks lately in the recent derbies, I think.
Oh yes, We have the Derby is one of our highest percentage. We're about three quarters of the time we run in the Derby and pick.
3/4 of your picks have won.
And the Derby.
Really?
It's our highest percentage raise.
Wow.
The Triple Crown are all unusually predictable.
Yeah. Have you ever won have you won any of the other two as well, or just the Derby?
Oh, you kidding? I've been doing this since I was in.
Also, so you've never hit all 3, but you've hit 2 of the 3?
The same year?
Yeah.
I can't think of the top.
But you can cash in big just on the Derby, though, right?
least predictable of all of them.
I went to the track with you once, and I got the program, and reading the program to me, it might as well be in Chinese or Arabic. I don't understand it. And I gave you the program, and you read that program. I mean, you read it like I've never seen somebody decipher the track program like you.
The misspent youth.
Oh my! I know. I was like, I couldn't believe. Yeah. So
Country school days, we used to go to Jamaica racetrack.
Yeah, I took my daughter to the track, and she bet her first race she won, and she did pretty good. And of course, I grabbed her when she was heading back to bet again. I said, "You just won. You did pretty good. Don't bet again." Oh, I know. It wasn't easy though. It was her first bet, and she.
I'll give you a winner this year.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I don't gamble. I don't bet on anything. I don't gamble on anything. Except slot machines, which is just like throwing now. Well, if you've won 3/4 of your picks on the Kentucky Derby, that's pretty good. I mean, that's like Jimmy the Greek. That's better than Jimmy the Greek. That transgender Nashville shooter had a manifesto, and we've had actually a bunch of liberal shooters. We've had 2 transgender shooters and a liberal shooter. The transgender shooter in Nashville, there was a mass shooting, right? With the one with the 6 were shot and killed, 3 of them 9-year-old babies. A second transgender shooter was stopped before the event in Colorado, and then that guy in Kentucky wasn't transgender but was a Democrat. And the one in Tennessee had a manifesto, and they're saying now the FBI are stopping the release of the manifesto from the transgender shooter. Now, we're weeks after this event now, and they're covering for the trans, yes, the trans shooter they're covering. Training?
Tranny.
No, I know, I heard, I know. What could be... I promise you, whatever in that manifesto that the FBI is suppressing isn't that this transgender shooter was transgender MAGA. I promise you it wasn't trans for Trump, okay, in the manifesto. There had to be some hardcore anti-Christian, anti-MAGA, very liberal stuff in that manifesto, and eventually it'll come out. But the reason that they hold off on it, so when it finally comes out, it's so long after the event, it's like old news that no one's interested in anymore. But a Republican out of Tennessee, he says the FBI is behind the delay, and Congress is calling on the manifesto to be released. And I obviously know what's going on. I mean, there was, I left out one, Steve, the one I told you about the other day. There was a school teacher who publicly was talking about, transgendered school teacher, who was talking about shooting themselves and their students, and even after they publicly said that, were allowed to still stay in the classroom and teach students. And obviously, there's a roid rage type situation going on.
Hormonal. I mean,
yes.
That's why, because when you start messing with the hormones, they talk about hormonal rage and all these kind of things. It F's with your mind.
Yes. Well, it does have an effect on the mind. And, we all know what the roid rage means. There's uncontrollable fits of anger. People get very emotional. They get violent. And obviously with the transgender issues we're dealing with right now, there's something going on. And the manifesto must be a good one. So when it comes out, even if it's in a year, we're going to have to cover it because we can't it's old news now. That manifesto is very, very important, and it's very, very liberal. Believe me, if that was a MAGA shooter in Nashville at that Christian school, believe me, and they had a manifesto, it would be all out there right now, and we'd all have copies of it and be reading it. Now, our government is owned by China. We are basically a client state of China. I mean, I don't think that's a stretch. Right? They own Biden. They own McConnell. They own our government. And in Michigan, there's a story. I don't know if you've seen this. Listen to this. Michigan residents are accusing the Democrats in the state Senate of helping overthrow the United States by okaying a $2.4 billion green energy plant that's being built by the Chinese. So they're letting China build an energy plant in Michigan, and they're paying them over. One of the things that President Trump's talking about in the second term is completely cutting off China from everything. China has too much control. They're buying up our farmland to control our food supply. They've bought up our politicians, and now they're gonna control our energy and a big chunk of Michigan.
The idea of boycotting China is an excellent idea, but do you think it's too little, too late? I mean, can we be salvaged from every opportunity that the U.S. government has? Largely the Democrats that are running large sections of
Yeah.
government. Every chance they have to give something to China, they do something.
Yeah, they even our prescription medications are manufactured in China. So that they could stop sending over a medication, and you wouldn't even know it. They'd say, "Oh,
Cars when you can't get a battery for you."
That's right." But I'll tell you what, though, with all these terrible stories that are stressing you out, you want to get your mind on something better, more relaxing, and that's why you want to take this incredible trip on the Rocky Mountaineer Train, August 15th through the 20th, through the great and beautiful Canadian Rockies. Now, you'll have a room with a view because the Rocky Mountaineer Train is a bi-level train, and the top deck is a glass dome. So you just have a perfect view of everything you're going to see, which includes mountain passes, canyons, incredible wildlife, beautiful flowers, trees. You're going to go through tunnels, cross the Continental Divide. This is a bucket list trip, all right? And to get a brochure to learn everything about it, go to briantrain.com. When you go to briantrain.com, request a brochure. This is really a beautiful, beautiful trip. And it's the perfect time of year. Mid-August, it's so hot and humid here in Florida, you can't even breathe. You go from your car to the front door and you're soaking wet, and the weather is perfect this time of year in the Great White North of Canada. So it's the perfect time to go. So go to briantrain.com and request a brochure. That's briantrain.com. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Joellen from Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Joellen.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, I'm originally from Michigan, and I heard that Whitmer had approved, I think it was $715 million of taxpayer money, of course, for these Chinese companies to come in and versus American companies. So I say tell my family that voted some of these Democrats and voted for Whitmer, you get what you vote for.
Yeah, I mean, remember that Fauci pillow behind Whitmer?
Yes.
I mean, my goodness, who has a Fauci pillow other than Fauci? I'm sure he has them, but
No, yeah, it's just she is proud of that choice, that decision she made to.
And she's a sociopath. I look in her face, Whitmer, in her eyes. She's insane. She is not lucid. She is certifiably insane. Look at her eyes when she talks. Hey, listen, Joel, thanks for the call. We're coming up on the top of the hour break. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Open phones on Fridays. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game, not just the topics that we bring up. 1-888-465-2631. We'll take our break and be back right after this.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Rove Studio. Injured recently? Call the Rove's Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Rove's winning for you and our community. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. From the Palm Beach Patio Furniture Weather Center, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created, here's the oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope your day's off to a great start. We're going to see highs today again in the low 80s with partly cloudy skies and only isolated shower chances at about 20%. So it looks good as we head into the weekend. It'll be a little bit warmer Saturday and Sunday. I'm WPBF 25 First Warning Meteorologist Sandra Shaw. Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1, Seminole
check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Right shoulders blocking the turnpike heading southbound, approaching Glades Road, stopping the traffic this morning, back past Atlantic Avenue, almost back to Boynton Beach Boulevard. Also on Broward, I-95 heading southbound at Broward Boulevard. All lanes are now blocked once again on 95 heading southbound. Very heavy stop and go traffic on the approach back from Commercial. Go ahead and take the turnpike instead. Back in West Palm, 95 heading northbound at Donald Ross Road, and they say the vehicle is blocking the off-ramp center lane. And earlier crash now cleared on Forest Hill Boulevard at Haverhill Road. This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida. Shoppers, this is your local sweet corn farmer letting you know that Florida's sweet corn is in season. Ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com and happy eating from the Florida Department of Agriculture. That's traffic. I'm Chris Barr.
Traffic, a service of Palm Beach Kennel Club. BBKC has the best derby party south of Churchill Downs. Kentucky Derby Fest is coming up May 6th. Check out the on-track party with Jumbo.
This is just out. I guess that Ron DeSantis is not quite as popular in Florida as people thought. I assume, among other things, that they don't want their Social Security cut with it. So when will they be looking at the Biden documents, many of which...
I'm getting some audio queued up for the next hour.
Now, I'm Inez de la Quintera. Facebook getting out its checkbook, paying $725 million to settle a lawsuit asserting it allowed Cambridge Analytica, a defunct political consultancy, to access the personal information of 87 million users from May of 2007 through this past December.
You have until August 25th to submit a claim. You can do that right online. You have to go to a website. It's FacebookUserPrivacySettlement.com. It has to get final approval from a judge in early September.
Individual settlement amounts will vary, but if all 87 million members filed claims, they'd get about $8 apiece. In Indianapolis, 2 police officers shot and wounded during a gunfight with a man brandishing a semi-automatic rifle. The gunman killed by return fire. Accused insurrectionist Nathan Donald Pelham agreed to surrender in Greenville, Texas, but say authorities fired on sheriff's deputies. They left. He was arrested later. This is ABC News.
Natalia, solid dismount, but that little pause is a deduction. Top tumblers hope to stick the landing with Coach Jasmine.
That aerial sequence still needs work.
She needs more certified athletic trainers to find her balance. Focus. I'm going to need you for the all-around. Wait, who's spotting the balls? Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Scott Shannon here with a question. How would you like a free doorbell camera? You get a doorbell camera, you get a doorbell camera, and you get a doorbell camera. I wish we had them for everyone, but the first 40 true oldies channel listeners to call 833-283-5050.
Oh, yeah, I got... I wasn't going to bring this up on the air, but I got a little personal thing I'm going to bring up on the air and ask for some advice from the audience, which I probably shouldn't do, but I'm going to do it.
And that's not all. Sloman's going to give you a free customized home security system and professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. So you're getting an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 armed doors, and a backup battery. Plus, if you're one of the first 40 true oldies channel listeners to dial 833-283-5050, you'll receive a free doorbell camera with the installation of your Sloman Shield. So call Sloman's now for this limited time offer, 833-283-5050. That's 833-283-5050.
It's cataract surgery season. Human Eye Centers offering the next level experience in IV-free cataract surgery. New technology, new lenses, and a new office-based surgery experience awaits you. Contact Middleman Eye Center. Call or text 561-500-2020 or visit us on the web at middlemaneye.com to schedule or for more information.
Have you been to Chowderheads in Jupiter yet? If you're looking for the best seafood,
Oh, boy, guys.
you have to try Chowderheads. You'll love their authentic New England seafood, brought in fresh from Boston. Their award-winning lobster rolls, clam chowder, and fried oysters are absolutely delicious. Come taste it for yourself. You will want to keep coming back for more at Chowderheads, located in the Driftwood Plaza on South US Highway 1 in Jupiter. Now open 7 days a week. For reservations or to go, call 561-203-2903 or check out their menu at chowderheadsusa.com. Kentucky Derby and Formula One race lovers, we have the ultimate weekend getaway to both events.
Mm. Oh boy.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve King Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we're back. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian. Steve is here. I got more information on Dan Bongino's exit from Fox, which I'm going to tell you in a minute. But I got a personal thing I'm going to ask you and the audience about, Steve, which I'm reluctant to bring this up on the air, but I'm going to bring it up. I left my house this morning, and I got to the end of my street. I turned and went to the next street, and there was a fox in my neighborhood. A fox. Not a hot woman, a fox. Yeah, I know, and it was. I don't know too much about foxes. It's like a red color. You know, I don't know anything about foxes. It didn't look like it was starving. Well, I don't know what to do. A fox will eat cats and dogs, and I've heard stories of them ripping dogs off their leashes while here in Florida, I don't worry about gators. Alligators, I can handle alligators. But a fox, I don't know what to do about a fox, and if anyone has any advice, what do you do with a fox? It was a little cowardly because when I saw it, I was trying to get a picture of it, and I got some very bad. It's hard to get pictures at 4:30 in the morning in a moving car, but I want it out of my neighborhood, and I don't know what to do. So if anyone has any advice, there was a fox in the development next to mine a couple years ago, and they called someone out. And animal control. They came out and killed the fox.
Rabies.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they may do that to be safe.
Yeah, I turned my car around and kind of followed him. I turned around and he was and then he started walking on the sidewalk, kind of running away from me, and I was trying to get a picture. It was a little strange. But I got a couple of very bad pictures of the fox in case people don't believe me when I call. I'm going to call the HOA today. Yeah, I need to call Tom Laporta. He knows how to deal with HOAs, not me. But I'm going to call the HOA and send them the picture of the fox. But it doesn't make me happy to know that there's a fox walking around my neighborhood. Yes, I am. Yes. Don't worry. But I got to tell you, the fox makes me nervous. It really does. All right, let's take some calls. If anybody has any fox advice, other than call animal control, I don't think it works that easy. There was the last time I called when there was we live in the Everglades, right, in Florida. We live in the Everglades. I've called about gators before, and you're living in their environment. And I suspect they'll say a similar thing about the fox. And for a fox to come in a residential neighborhood means it's hungry. And I saw yesterday, there were some tire tracks that were red, and my daughter thought it looked like blood going through the development, and I thought something happened. So I don't know. Something's going on. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian, is this me?
Sounds like you.
Hello?
Yes.
Very good. I'm sorry, gentlemen. Again, it's spontaneous. It's incredible about this show. If I could, Brian, last week you guys mentioned something about Major League Baseball and then talking about all these home runs being hit because of the atmosphere or something like that. And I just want to bring up a point, if it wasn't made last week, Steve could probably attest. As of last year, the entire league has gone to this designated hitter. And what the designated hitter does, he just hits and he sits on the bench and he replaces the pitcher who can hit. So if you see a ton of home runs, because both leagues have both implemented that, that's the reason why. Because you got hitters that can't field, batting, and you got pitchers. You know what I mean, Steve?
They've had the designated hitter in the
American League.
Let's see, they've had it in the American League for a while now. And they've
right.
moved it over to the National. It makes the game more exciting. They're trying to make the game faster and more exciting.
Well, what the caller's talking about, Steve, the other day I had a story. NBC News was talking about the increased number of home runs, and they're saying that global warming is changing the air temperature, so balls are traveling farther when they're hit.
Yeah, consider the source. Yeah, and Brian, how scary was it the other day? You were almost out of gas, trying to find gas, and I don't know if that was the last resort, the last place you went, but could it have been a time where you might not have had any gas and you couldn't have made it to the...
It is not. I do not get gas until I'm on E, and there's sometimes I'll have like 3 miles left. It'll say 3 miles, and then I'll get gas. This morning, every day this week, I've topped off, which I've never done.
And in closing, if I could, gentlemen, Brian, I've noticed that ever since, I mean, I've listened to the show for quite a bit. I remember the studio was in Fort Lauderdale. Then you guys came over to Coral Springs. Then you went to Boca. And now you're up on Palm Beach. But little by little, you keep going further north from us to the point where you might be outside of the state of Florida before. So I'm hoping this is a permanent resident.
Yeah.
You've got to travel quite a bit to get to that.
Well, Steve and I are basically, like transient gypsies. We just go from studio to studio.
Gentlemen, always a pleasure. I hope you have a fantastic weekend.
All right, take care. But this studio is the most advanced, coolest studio I've ever been in at a radio station, I must tell you. All right, let's go. Yes. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Dave in Tampa.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, David. Yeah, I heard you talking about the fox. I got something for that. Get yourself some pepper spray, and that will have you worried about being attacked. They are pretty dangerous. They do carry rabies. And by the way, with that pepper spray, you can use it on nasty liberals too.
Now that'd be a crime. You know what you could do to repel a liberal? Offer them a job. Remember that guy we had in, Steve? Oh my gosh. Let me tell you guys this rule. Well, you know what? We got to take our break. If you're on hold, stand by, especially if you're going to tell me how to get rid of this fox in a humane way, other than calling the fox people to come and kill it. Hang in there. We'll take our break. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE-1. We'll be back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing and Building Restoration. We have been in the roofing and construction industry for 40 years. We are originally from Connecticut, where our values and work ethic is second to none. We install all kinds of roofs, from asphalt shingle, clay, and concrete tile, standing metal ceiling, certified and flat roof systems. We work with homeowners, HOAs, commercial properties, and churches. We are state of Florida licensed roofing and general contractors.
Yes. That's the guy from the Dr. Appleton commercial, yeah. Yeah. He's always yelling, that guy. Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, no, I know the place. And then the second guy said, like,
yeah.
Call me on my cell.
The way he was talking.
Yeah. Give me a break.
Or visit us on our website at laportacontracting.com. That number again is 954-604-4602.
Experience awe-inspiring landscapes and traverse the great Canadian Rocky Mountains on the Rocky Mountaineer Train with bi-level glass dome coaches, August 15th through the 20th. The only passenger rail service that runs on the historic rail route connecting Canada from east to west. Are you ready to embark on this unforgettable journey? Head to briantrain.com and request a brochure. Book your spot now and make memories that will last a lifetime. That's briantrain.com and request your brochure.
Kentucky Derby and Formula One race lovers, we have the ultimate weekend getaway to both events. Horses to horsepower. Millennium Jet Card, a private jet service, will be taking you and your friends on their luxurious Embraer 145 jet to the Kentucky Derby on May 6th, including grandstand seats with unlimited concessions, and then jetting you back to Florida to attend the second annual Grand Prix Formula One race in Miami, including grandstand seats on May 7th. There are 25 seats available on their luxurious private jet leaving PBI Airport. Reserve your spot today for this once-in-a-lifetime experience. Horses to horsepower. Fly privately to the Kentucky Derby and get prime seating, food, drinks, and entertainment. Ladies, wear your best Kentucky Derby hat. Call 561-779-7073. That's 561-779-7073. Or go to njc30.com. Experience the private, luxurious Millennium Jet Embraer 145. Sign
Sign up to jet away to the Kentucky Derby and to the Formula One race in Miami. What an unbelievable, fun, fantastic weekend you will have. Call for pricing and more details. Reserve your spot. That's 561-779-7073.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent.
Oh, coming back after this.
Everything
If you're new, make sure you subscribe.
comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Listen in the Palm Beaches on 95.9 FM, the Treasure Coast on 106.9 FM, Harrison Boca on 95.3 FM, Fort Lauderdale on 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at TrueOldiesFLA.com.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane is here. Callers on hold, stand by. You know, yesterday was my birthday, as I was talking yesterday, and my phone rang, and it was Dr. Appleton, you know, who rid me of pain 3 times in 3 different parts of my body with his laser wave pain treatment, my chiropractor. And I answered the phone. I said hello, and it was Dr. Appleton. He's saying happy birthday to me, Steve, over the phone. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? It caught me so off guard. I was in shock. I've never had someone do that before. That was amazing. Yeah, Dr. Appleton called. He's saying happy birthday to me. It was beautiful. It was very nice. That was a really nice thing. I really appreciate that. And, you know, Dr. Appleton, it was 2 weeks ago today that he rid me of my shoulder pain. You know, I took a fall. You know, I had a little tripped over something and broke my fall with my hand and busted my shoulder. I was in so much pain. And, you know, Dr. Appleton's open Monday through Saturday. And it was a Friday, and I said, you know, tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up, I'm going to see Dr. Appleton. And the pain got worse, and about 4:30 in the afternoon, I couldn't take it anymore. So I went unannounced to Dr. Appleton, and he treated me with his laser wave pain treatment. I woke up Saturday morning pain-free. And here I am 2 weeks later, and the pain has not returned. Pain is not just part of getting older. You don't have to live in pain. Don't accept that. I know I thought that's what was happening to me. I'm getting older. I've done some things, had some accidents, and he rid me of my arthritis pain. He rid me of my years of suffering from my knee pain, and boom, one treatment, my shoulder pain gone. If you're in pain, go see Dr. Appleton. Appointments are not necessary, and walk-ins are welcome. I walked in at the end of the day. And boom, saw me, treated me. Even on Saturday, walk-ins are welcome. Here's his number, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonChiro.com. He's a chiropractic physician, and he wants to rid you of your pain. All right, let's take some of these calls, Steve. Some of these people have been holding on for a while. And then I got some more info on Dan Bongino's departure, which I'll share with you in a little bit. Let's take some calls first, though. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Hey, Diana, you're on the air. Speak up.
Oh, hi there. Nice to speak with you both. On the AI topic and the Chinese.
Yes.
Well, have you worked out this one yet? DeSantis has banned all government police departments and emergency operations from using Chinese-made drones. And this new law took effect late last week.
Okay, Ron, we got a bad phone connection, but I'll repeat what you said. Can you get off the speaker? You said Ron DeSantis signed a bill into law outlawing the use by Florida police of Chinese-made drones.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Is that gonna make you vote for him over Trump?
No.
No. Yeah, I like that answer. Yeah, no, I know it's a great answer. I like it. I agree with you.
Now, all the first responders in Florida that they're banning non-military. You could use non-military drones and so forth like that, but they're saying this is a national security issue. So now Florida has over $200 million invested in these drones that were made in China that are now grounded, and they can't be replaced because the law enforcement departments do not have any funds left over to replace these drones.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, however, there's no proof that they're Chinese spy drones. That's what they're worried about.
So what do you mean? Oh, there's no proof they're Chinese. Listen, if it's a Chinese, these are military grade drones that are made in China. That's insane. You gotta connect the footage has to be connected to a computer at some point. China can be all up in it and get everything as soon as you put it into the computer. As soon as it's connected to the internet. Yeah, that sounds like a crazy idea to have military grade Chinese made drones. That's crazy.
Well, and there's no proof that there's any spy, software or any kind of spy engineering equipment installed in these drones. You just decided to ban them.
Okay.
Why don't we just dismantle them? An engineer can figure out if they have surveillance in it.
That's a good idea.
And if you think about it,
Well, hey, listen, I appreciate the call and welcome to the show, okay? But thanks for the call. Oh, boy, okay. All right. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling? It is open phones on Fridays, guys. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chris again. Please let me...
No, once a day, Chris. Once a day. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yes, you're on the air.
Yes.
Turn your radio off and back. Turn your radio off. Turn your radio off. There you go. Go ahead.
Yes. I want to know about this gun thing.
What gun thing?
I have an issue because of the gun violence that's going on.
Slow down. Slow down. You asked a question. You want to know what's going on with this gun thing. Can you be more specific? I don't understand what you're referencing.
Well, there's a lot of killings. You watch the news, it's killing all the time. It's like people killing people for no reason. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing is, DeSantis with this law, about this gun thing,
What law?
They're killing people for no reason. Guns, that people being able to buy guns and not really being restricted. You know what I mean?
No, there's restrictions. Okay, starting July 1st, a new law goes into effect in the state of Florida involving gun ownership. Do you know what it is?
Sure. Yeah.
What? Tell us what it is then. Tell us what it is.
Well, what I'm saying is that there's a new law. Yeah, you got to wait for 3 days, and everybody and their mama can get a gun.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
People are killing people.
Yeah.
For apparent reason.
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot of black people being killed.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that people just shoot black people for no reason.
Oh, really? Well, slow down. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. People are shooting black people for no reason. Could you tell me the last time you were shot?
Well, you know what? I had a cop to get ready to pull a gun out on me.
No. I didn't ask you the last time you had an encounter with a cop. When was the last time you were shot?
Well, I almost got shot.
Almost got shot.
Yeah.
So did the police officer fire and miss?
I told him I don't have a gun. He had his gun in his hand. And
okay, no. You misunderstood the question. I didn't ask you the last time you did not get shot. You said black men are getting shot for no reason. I was asking you to tell us the last time you were shot, not the last time you didn't get shot.
I avoided. I evaded. I didn't get shot.
You did not. Well, have you ever been shot?
I came close to it.
No. Not. I've come close to it too. Yeah, I came close to it more than once too. One time I almost shot myself by accident when I was a kid. But you haven't been shot. I haven't been shot. Have you been shot, Steve?
Nope.
Okay, so here we got three guys, one black. None of us have been shot. Why do you think that is?
Why would y'all white?
No, but you're black. You said because we're white. You're black and you haven't been shot. So why haven't you been shot and we haven't been shot?
I've been avoiding it, okay? I've been trying to avoid it. And see, the thing is that...
Is it possible that it's not any more dangerous to be black than it is white? That you haven't been shot for the same reasons we haven't been shot? We're law-abiding citizens. that don't do illegal things.
If you're black, you're a target.
Well, okay. If you're black, you're a target. How old are you, caller? How old are you? How old are you?
Doesn't have anything.
Yeah, it does. I want to know how many years you've avoided getting shot as a black man in America.
Let's say I avoided. Okay, but my point is that people are shooting people every day. You put more guns out on the streets.
Do you know the every day people are killed in car accidents? In fact, the number one cause of death among children is car accidents. So, since car accidents are the number one cause of death for children, should we outlaw children being transported by car?
That would seem to make sense.
I mean, the thing is,
it would save lives. No, hold on. No. The number one cause of death among children are car accidents. Should we have some common sense car laws and forbid children from traveling by car so we can reduce the number of children who are killed in car accidents?
It's the parents that's driving.
Okay, so you want to outlaw parents from driving their children? What is your suggestion?
To drive, especially in Florida.
Okay, so you're suggesting to outlaw parents from driving their children? Is that what you want to do so we can reduce the number of deaths by car accident?
I'm not saying that. I'm talking strictly about guns.
No. But cars kill more people than guns. Sometimes people get run over. So, what do you want to do about this?
Rising of gun killings are rising every day.
Okay. All right. Okay. Polly, want a cracker? All right. We'll be right back.
Morning radio great again. I think you're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. Coming up this morning. From the Palm Beach Patio Furniture Weather Center, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created, here's the oldies forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope your day's off to a great start. We're going to see highs today again in the low 80s with partly cloudy skies and only isolated shower chances at about 20%. So it looks good as we head into the weekend. It'll be a little bit warmer Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be out 25. First warning, meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Voted in the best of the best patio store in Palm Beach County. PalmBeachPatioFurniture.com, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created.
And now, a true oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Traffic is service of Palm Beach Kennel Club. BBKC has the best derby party south of Churchill Downs. Kentucky Derby Fest is coming up May 6th. Check out the on-track party with jumbo screen, live music from Sip and Fire and the Connected, derby hat contest, barbecue food tent, bars, mint juleps, fun activities, and true oldies will be there with great handicapping tips and prizes. Nevadagan Terrace will also feature derby buffets. For info, go to pbkennelclub.com.
This is Lori Kane. When people go to the dentist, they think of the pain, but the biggest pain is the cost. Not with Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. The dental work is painless, and the prices are painless too. Call today, 954-922-4633. 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. BrightonDentalCare.com.
If you're a homeowner, business owner, or with a homeowners association and your roof is old or compromised, you need to call Tom.
Oh, goodness gracious, guys. Thank God it is Friday. I get up, I wake up about 2:30 in the morning. during the week to do the show prep. So the weekends are nice. I can sleep in till like 4 or 5. Oh man. And I've been staying up till 10 and wake up at 2 or 2:30 the last couple weeks. Rarely, Cindy. Rarely. I did yesterday for a little bit because my daughter and I went out for lunch for my birthday, and I ordered a massive prime rib, and it knocked me out. It is hard. That's why it catches up to me every once in a while. I'm in one of those catching up to me kind of phases. But no, I don't take naps.
Hey, good morning, Brian. It's Lisa, and my husband and I received our My Pillow 2.0 that we ordered with Kane the other day, the buy one get one free, and they're our first My Pillows.
I had a very nice birthday. Thank you, Cindy, for asking.
They're just absolutely marvelous. Yeah, I'm so glad.
Sunday morning at Mar-a-Lago.
Go to mypillow.com and use our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, and buy your My Pillow 2.0. Right now, buy one, get one free. You can also order by phone, toll free, 800.
Just use Netflix streaming. What do you mean?
1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane. Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire and Market.
Well, thank you, Susan. Thank you, guys.
New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian. Steve is here. Callers on hold, stand by. The final stretch or two coming up on Open Phone Friday. I will after the show, Steve. I will after the show. I got it. The roof's okay, right? Yeah, when you said Soros, I didn't want Tom to think you got a problem because we had all that rain. Mm-hmm. You know that callers on hold, stand by. We'll get right to you. You know that last caller about the guns and the cars. I was trying to, and he had no answers. See, Rush used to talk about this a lot. Liberals believe that if we would just do what they want us to do, that we would live in a utopia where everything was perfect. And the reason things are not perfect in our country is because we don't bend to the will of the Democrats. And you know what's crazy about that guy? He's black, we're white. He thinks that black men are being shot for no reason. And he's over 50 years old. He's probably much older than 50. And for him, he just thinks he's lucky for not being a black man who's been shot in this country. He thinks he's been very lucky to be able to avoid this. And he's just a regular law-abiding citizen who doesn't rob stores, carjack, or, pull guns on police or things like this. And he has, which is how we live our life, Steve. And he hasn't been shot for the same reason we haven't been shot. But he's walking around America for 60, 70 years thinking that, that he's going to get shot at any moment. By, I mean, what a way to live. Oh, my goodness. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Whoops. Yeah, you're on. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I just want to talk about actually one of your sponsors.
Oh, my goodness, that guy. That's the guy I've been telling you about, Steve. Oh, my goodness. This is the thing, okay? You and I, over the years, each of us, me more than you, we've had, creeps and stalkers. I've never had a stalker or a creep that was not a man. I don't know what it is, Steve, and you too. All the creeps and stalkers you've had that I know about over the years have all been men. Why do we attract these weird men?
Yeah, a weird woman once.
Oh, please. Okay. Tell me I don't remember that.
No, it was before I was with you.
Oh, okay.
In Orlando.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
What did she do? Ask you to play Misty for her? What did she do?
It was very much like that.
Really?
Came to the studio, and it was a Friday. She called up and asked if she could come to the studio and watch, and I had her down during the show.
Oh.
It turned into a date, and it
Oh.
turned into a date that I'll remember for a long time.
This isn't someone you married.
This is no. This one ended up with a knife in her hands.
Get out of town. Really?
Blinding her.
Was it a steak knife for the dinner, or was it like a threat?
It was a steak knife.
And she was pointing it at you like she was demanding things from you?
Very much like that. What's the movie where they
Play Misty for me.
No.
Psycho.
Yes.
Really?
Very much like that.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I never heard you tell that one before. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Steve. You guys are cracking me up.
Good morning.
Listen, good morning. Listen, this is concerning the Fox. The only thing I could think about is possibly calling the zoos.
The zoos?
The
zoo, like zoo.
They need a
Z-O-O.
rabid fox.
No, but they could suggest somebody that would possibly... If it's rapid, it's usually during the day. At night, they're nocturnal. They hunt.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, people, they probably leave food out for their cats, stray cats, or whatever the case may be. But maybe trying calling a zoo, because if you call animal control.
So we got the zoo, and we got the Palm Beach Zoo here, right? So I call Miami Metro Zoo. So I call the Palm Beach Zoo or the Miami Metro Zoo and say what? I got a fox. Will you come to my house?
No. But they could suggest people to see who would be reputable as far as trapping.
Suitable home.
No,
all right.
You know what? Miami-Dade Zoo, what they do is they have a day where people have these exotic animals, and you don't have to give any information. You just drop off the animal and stuff. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. I'm more concerned about the fox than this guy who called previously.
Yeah. Well, we take our calls screenless, so you never know what's going to happen when you take a screenless call.
But try it out. See if there's someone, and then they could, a company, and then they can go ahead.
All right.
Recommend.
The fox, when I saw, the fox could have been in the neighborhood for years, and I just haven't seen it. It's a pretty nice sized fox. Yeah, it scared the daylights out of me though. It was pretty big. It was bigger than my dog. It was about the size of a 6-month-old German Shepherd or Golden Retriever. It was pretty big.
You know what? In my neighborhood, we had 2 wild peacocks. They were males. They were gorgeous. You could hear them. They almost, when they call, they sound like cats. Oh, mean. Yes. And somebody was keeping them as pets. And then finally, I mean, it was like, they go, they chase you. Yes, they do. But that's my suggestion.
Okay.
If they could help you.
Yeah, we have nice listeners. I tell you, we have nice listeners. Great. See, the Steve Kane Show is the longest running radio show in the state of Florida, on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the air. So this show was on the air before the internet was invented. And what we used to do before the internet, before Google, we had a question, we would just ask the listeners. Right? And people would call in and give us answers, and we kind of had like the early version of the internet right here on the radio. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Henry, West Palm Beach.
Yes, you're on the air.
It sounds like what you described as a coyote, Steve.
Right.
Not a fox.
Really? It was a red. It was dark. It was like 4:30 in the morning, but it looked like it was red.
Well, if it is a fox, there's an organization in Florida, I think it's in Stewart, called Save a Fox.
Save the fox.
And we'll, yeah.
I'm driving. I don't have their
You don't think it's
Save a Fox?
Sounds like a dating service.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And Stewart. It's where all the retired old Hooters girls go. So yeah, exactly. So no, a coyote wouldn't be red, right? Coyotes? No, it had to be a fox.
No.
It had to be a fox.
A fox is just a little bit bigger than a large cat.
That's what I thought. I thought it was a little big. It's why it caught me off guard. It's why yeah, if it wasn't, but again, it was dark. I got some pictures, but they're very poor.
It could be a cat.
It's not a cat.
I have a red cat that's huge.
This is not a cat. This is
Fox would.
Okay.
Fox might come out and help, but if not, they could definitely point you in a direction.
I'll call him. Save a Fox. Okay, I'll check him out. Appreciate the call. All right, I'll check him out because I don't want. I'm more. You know what I'm worried? I'm worried about my dog and my cat. Tell you the truth, I don't want them getting eaten. And there was this red trail with a tire track. It looked like it was from the garbage truck going through the neighborhood yesterday. And and my daughter said it looked like blood, and I'm like, what could it be blood? And I'm just wondering, has this fox killed something? You know, I don't know. All right, let's take another call. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Cheryl in Coconut Creek, and I wanted to talk to you about the fox or coyote, whatever it is.
Okay.
We had a coyote here in Coconut Creek Township, and the police issued free whistles to any resident of Coconut Creek who needed one.
What?
So frightened the coyote.
Do they have whistles that my cat can blow to save its life? I mean, or my dog, because that's what they eat dogs. And I've heard stories of coyotes and foxes taking dogs that while they were being walked right from the owners. I've heard these stories here in South Florida.
Well, I don't know, but I mean, if you keep the cat indoors, I would say. I have a cat also. She's indoor cat. But the dogs, look with a whistle on your keychain.
Okay.
Blow the whistle, and it's supposed to frighten them away.
I'll look into it. Thanks so much. I'll call and find out about that. A fox whistle. All right, we'll take our break and be back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve.
All right, and it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca with the Morning Gold and Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how the metals look today?
Metals giving us a buying opportunity today after a $10 gain yesterday. Gold closing at $2,005.30, up $10.20 yesterday. Silver was up 2 cents at $25.27 the ounce, while platinum gained $5 at $1,094. And palladium was down $26 at $1,522. Overnight, we saw gold trading all the way down to 1881 and a bleak down and then moving back up. Currently at $1,990. That's down $15.30. Silver down 2 cents right now at $25.25 the ounce. Platinum and palladium both gaining nicely. Platinum up $30 right now at $1,125. We haven't seen platinum over $1,100 for a while, so that's doing very good. And palladium up $38 at $1,560. So a good buying opportunity this morning on the gold, and certainly silver looks very stable above $25 an ounce. So
yeah. Well, that's good. So we actually have a gold sale going on today at William Youngerman's at these prices, and it's a good opportunity. Is there any particular gold, while we've got a nice little buying opportunity here, that people should look at, or does it not matter?
it really doesn't matter. They're all good values. The U.S. products are still in short supply, so they are higher premiums. But the Australian kangaroo 1 ounce gold coins, the 1 ounce gold bars, the 10 ounce gold bars are all very reasonably priced, and even the kilo bars. Have it all in stock, and
yeah, those kilo bars are great. Those gold kilo bars. Yesterday was my birthday. A lot of people wonder. That's what Steve got me for my birthday yesterday. One of those 1 kilo gold bars. He just said go over to William Youngerman's and pick one out. That's what I did. William Youngerman opens up at 10. Yeah, I know. Even Youngerman's laughing. All right. Hey, a guy can dream. All right, give William Youngerman open. You know what? That's Steve. I'll tell you what. Just give me the 100-ounce silver bars. What I really like, and let me tell you, these things we're talking about, the kilo gold bars, the 100-ounce silver bars, these beautiful coins. William Youngerman has a museum over there, and these things are on display where you can see them, and they're beautiful, and you'll really enjoy it as well. So give him a call. He opens up at 10 a.m. William Youngerman can be reached at 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010. You can stop in at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road, and online, WilliamYoungerman.com. All right, William Youngerman, have a great weekend. We'll talk on Monday.
Okay, thank you. You too.
All right, we'll be right back.
On the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, we are back. I just sent the pictures I took of the fox to my wife, and she says it's a fox, but she doesn't think it's as big as I described it. Maybe it's just because it startled me. It looked bigger. You know what I mean? It was looking at me in the headlights, Steve. Okay, now I got an update, although it's not a full update, on Dan Bongino's exit from Fox News. Now, the story is they couldn't come to an agreement. And Bongino was very vague about that, and you just immediately assume it's money, and that may have a factor, I don't know, but apparently, we'll get more details on this as the story develops because this is leaking out. Apparently, Dan Bongino interviewed President Trump, and Fox News edited the interview, and Dan Bongino did not agree with the editing of the interview. What exactly was edited out, I don't quite know yet. I'm looking into. When I get off the air, I'll look in and I'll share more details with you. On Monday. But see, that's something. See, I told you it had to do with Trump. I told you something had to do with Dan Bongino and Trump. He loves him like we do, Steve. Oh yeah. So apparently he did an interview with President Trump that was live, and then there was a rebroadcast, and on the rebroadcast they did an edit, and he disagreed with the edit, and that's what began whatever problems they had. So maybe it wasn't money. Maybe he wanted to have editorial control over his program and was denied that, it seems. But it was definitely over Trump that he parted ways with Fox.
A big national story.
I don't think so. I think that, and I'll tell you why. Dan Bongino is a very famous man, but the media don't want to promote Dan Bongino because he's a Trump man like we are. So I don't think there's going to be much reporting about this because they don't want, they tell themselves, well, he's well known among those MAGA people, but if we do a story on him, all these other people will find out about him. And so I don't think they're going to cover it. Certainly Fox isn't going to cover it. Well, it is. How do you think I got it? I got leakers. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, gentlemen. It's JJ from Mass.
Hey, JJ.
Hey, JJ.
Hey, guys. Just quickly on the fox. So you're pretty sure it was a red fox, you were saying, right?
I'm positive it was a red fox. Positive.
And you thought it was, well, red fox in that 12, 15 pound area for the average, but they can get bigger. The biggest one I've ever seen was about 25 pounds. Wow. That was up in New Hampshire. But they typically, they're not. I heard you talk about the dogs or the cats. A 10, 15 pound fox going after a 10 pound cat, the fox is going to run.
Really?
They'll pretty much avoid. Yeah, they're going to go after stuff that that can't hurt them to the extent. Because if they get hurt, it's not like they can walk into the hospital, right? Mm-hmm. Be really careful about what they go after.
Do they think that way? I don't want to end up in the hospital.
They think that way. They absolutely.
You're kidding me. They're that smart?
Well, that's clever as a fox.
No, that's true. Clever.
They're incredibly smart, actually. In fact, in some states, and I'm not sure if Florida's one of them, I don't know if there's like 10 or 20 states, it's actually legal to have them as a pet.
That's insane. So how can I get rid of this thing? How can I get rid of it from my development?
You're going to want to use, I would call somebody up and just tell them, there's no reason to kill the fox, unless it's rabid. But it ran away from you, so chances are it's dead. I don't think it would be rabid if it runs from you. If it came up to you and was foaming at the mouth, you'd know. But anyway, you'd want to use a live trap. No reason to kill it. If you were going to, if it was, plus there's other animals around it.
But don't the live traps just get raccoons, possums, and stray cats?
You can get that, but you just have to keep trying to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can have somebody shoot it with a dart, but it's going to be incredibly. Fox are very.
No, it was. Let me tell you, this fox was hard. I was following it, trying to get pictures. The pictures I have are about as on my, and I have the iPhone 14 Pro with the night vision, and the pictures are as bad as those old pictures of Bigfoot that you used to see in the 70s. Because it just would. I couldn't get a picture. I tried hard. I could not get a picture of that thing. That was good.
Even a big one. They're going to stay away from dogs. Listen, if there's a dog if there's an animal that's been wounded and can't get away, but mostly it's going to be rabbits, ducks. They love ducks. I think they eat a lot of.
Well, what makes me concerned is that for a fox or even a coyote to be in a residential community means it's lost its food supply. Would be my guess.
Nah, probably people have been feeding it and putting stuff out.
What jerk would feed a fox?
A lot of people. Listen, I'm telling you, a lot of people. I'm telling you, it's legal. I don't know.
When I was a kid, my dad, grandparents, they live up in Okeechobee, and these tourists were across. They live on the lake. They live on a canal around the Rim Canal, and these Northerners came down and were staying in this house across the canal. They were feeding hamburger to a gator. I couldn't believe. It's insane.
Gator, I wouldn't feed a fox, but another cool thing about a fox, they're actually one of the very few. I think there's two. I can't remember the other one, but a gray fox can actually climb trees.
Really?
Yeah.
And then there was the silver fox. You know what the silver fox is? You know what the silver fox is?
It's not Brian.
Yes.
It's Mark Jacobson, who used to run Kendall Toy.
That's true, the silver fox. That's right. Hey, listen, thanks for the tips, JJ. If you're on hold, stand by. Mother's Day is right around the corner. There is no gift better than the gift of a MyPillow. There are huge specials at MyPillow.com with our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. The MyPillow 2.0 with the cooling technology, buy one, get one free. The MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets are 50% off with our promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. We just got, Steve, a 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper, the 2.0. It's upgraded with cooling technology for our guest room. And that's 40% off and free shipping with the promo code KANE at checkout. And any special you see at MyPillow.com, you can take advantage of with our promo code KANE, KANE, not just the ones I highlight. But think about it. How many Mother's Day gifts does Mom still have that you gave her over the years? You give her the gift of a MyPillow, she'll have it for years to come. And you can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879, promo code KANE, KANE. All right, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Brian. About the fox, you might have a rat problem. They love to eat rats, and of course, we know the liberals in Broward County, they don't have any more animal control around here.
I live in a MAGA develop. I told you guys what I did. Houses are selling like crazy, and anytime a realtor has an open house, I put my MAGA hat on and go walk around. And no, I'm not kidding. I don't want to live with no, and a lot of MAGA people have moved in for some reason.
There's water, there's rats. But anyway, going back to Bongino, I listened to him in the afternoon, you guys in the morning, and he mentioned all this yesterday, and he talked about spending more time with his family and showing.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm just telling you, he said there was a disagreement, but he didn't say it was contractual. And he also.
What kind of show prep if he doesn't have a show anymore?
I have no idea.
He's leaving. No, he's. Now I don't listen to him on the radio, but I heard from Richie the bus driver he's leaving his radio show too.
Well, I don't know, but I think he's great on the radios. But that's anyway. He never mentioned the Trump interview or anything like that. Also, I want to mention.
Well, I have sources that leak me information.
Oh, well, that's good. And I'm just telling you what I heard yesterday from him. This issue with the flooding. I want to know how much money these liberals running Broward County got from the federal government to upgrade their infrastructure, and they haven't done it. There's been sewage in the streets, flooding, and all this. And I guarantee you they took that money and diverted it to these feel-good programs, and that's why we have this problem here in Broward County. But
yeah.
Anyway, that's just my comment on that. I'd certainly like to know how much of our tax dollars they blow on bus benches that say use a condom and all this other crap.
Yeah, exactly. And how many dog parks do they have? But anyway, yeah, well. Oh, boy, Steve, I tell you, another week has passed. Another week has passed, and this thing with Bongino leaving Fox, though. I was talking earlier that Fox is running a promo saying they're most watched by Republicans, Democrats, and Independents. And what you're going to find is they're going to bring in more moderate and liberal people like Jessica Tarloff. And I'm really, this is just me. I don't mind. I like taking liberal callers, and we love disagreement on the phones here. But when I'm watching the television debates, I am not interested in what the liberals say on those shows. They have a token liberal on the 5 or something, I'm out. I'm not interested in what... and I know Geraldo's the worst. He's the worst.
Yeah.
You used to be good friends with him.
Yeah, well,
Was he a nice guy back then? He seems kind of like a... the reason I'm thinking about Geraldo is I loved when Bongino went after him. Because no one.
Like each other very much.
Well, Geraldo's been so famous for so long, he's never had anyone talk to him like Bongino has. Ever. And he couldn't handle it.
Well, they basically have a personal dislike of each other, which is two volatile personalities, like that's fun to listen to.
Mm-hmm. Now listen, guys, if you miss a portion of the show or even a whole show, about an hour after we sign off the air each day, the entire show is uploaded on our radio station website, TrueOldiesFLA.com, TrueOldiesFLA.com. And not only are the shows uploaded there, they're archived there forever. So if maybe you called in and you want to hear your call or download your call and have an MP3 of it so you can play it to yourself and your friends, TrueOldiesFLA.com. You can do all that right there each and every day. And sometimes I need to pull something off the show for something or other, and I go and listen to it up there. And that show on the AI on the 18th this week, if you guys missed that show, you should go back and listen to it. It was probably the most frightening show I've ever done, but also at the same time very well may be the most important show I've ever done. It was the 18th of this week, and it's at TrueOldiesFLA.com. Just look on the podcast section for the Steve Kane Show, and it'll be right there. All right, everyone, it's been a great week. Those of you that called in today, thanks so much. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. This is Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. God bless America, and, of course, God bless Donald Trump. All right, guys, I got to run. Thanks for watching. See you soon.